Alright, we here.
Hey everybody, we are here. It's been a minute, but we've got some exciting things going on right now, and all of our friends are back. We don't have anybody dying from sort of random disease, and we have some new things happening on screen. So, just have a quick conversation on that real fast. So, if you look down at the bottom left of the screen now, all the player characters have been created fully, thanks to our friend over at Nat20. He has done some awesome work as well as creating ourselves little uh, setups that give characters information. So check that out. Other than that, I'm going to do what I always do and make Pam mad. So, Pam, go for the sponsor.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm glad to be back for all of us. Our sponsors, we give a shout out today. Gooey Cube, as always, who has brought us the wonderful world of Zyathe. We also have, oh my gosh, I didn't bring my thing up, so I have to do this from memory. Bear with me.
You got this.
The Fabled Flame for our giveaway of D20 candles once a month. And I've heard a rumor that might also be happening tonight.
That is correct.
We also have Nat20, as James just mentioned, who does our wonderful artwork, and Dungeon Studios, who's we have cooperating with for, I think, in Tavern Talks, a few other goodies, and of course, Chrysalis Endeavors, Corey, who joins James with Tavern Talks on Wednesdays now, and MC Etching, who will give a discount off to everybody who uses our Tabletop Misfits when they order from him. Is there
Awesome.
anybody I'm forgetting?
Don't
Or you
believe so.
don't think so?
I don't think so either.
Yeah, we're good. All right. So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Also, make sure if you do go buy candles from our friends over there at the Fabled Flame, let her know that we sent you guys, just so she has the idea that this is actually working for her. So, but the candles are awesome. This week's candle is called Misty Step, and it's supposed to smell really, really good. I haven't got mine yet.
Do you just
All
buy one of
right.
everything that they give us?
I try to sponsor as much as possible, though sometimes my funds run out. So if you would like, please donate to us so I can continue to sponsor
I
our
definitely plan
sponsors.
on getting some candles
So,
though, 'cause she likes lots of candles.
yeah, no, candles are great. But yeah, uh, on top of that, we do have some other things coming up in the pipeline here shortly. So stay tuned on that one. And I believe that
Oh yeah.
is it. So let's go. I think so. Are we sure? Anything else? Anybody have any question? Oh, snap.
Well, we do have
Someone's
our
already been
store,
kicked. Hoo-yah!
our merchant.
Uh,
Oh, there you go. You can explain that one.
Don't forget our merch.
oh yeah, Smirch.
Well,
Yes. We're gonna
Matt
have
will
to have
drop
somebody
the
else
link
do that
for the
soon.
store
Oh,
there. We do have Tabletop Misfit merchandise over on Zazzle. We have character shirts for everybody, and we even have a group one, different kinds. Come visit us. That also helps support us, and you get some pretty cool swag.
awesome. Yep. Oh, and I did think of one more thing because my brain is just scatterbrained tonight, which is great. But it's always fun when this has happened. So channel points have been adjusted a little bit. Channel points now allow you to do some extra things, so make sure you check out those.
Ooh.
They give luck, but they also give some other things if you're willing to invest a little bit more, such as you can come up with a quick NPC name for the next player character or the next NPC that's needed. And you can also issue out GUI reward cards, but those cost a little bit more money, or points. Awesome. Let's get into our story tonight, people. I'm excited. We're all unique. We're all unified now. Everybody's got cool backgrounds, and we're gonna go with this craziness.
Oh yeah.
So, as it's been a bit of time since the last time were here in the world of Zyothe, you all were dealing with something extremely disgusting and nasty that was happening over at the hospital. Some very edgy looking people, as Matt would call them, had been trying to assassinate, or at least that's the assumption, the women that were sitting with, or that were within the hospital. After removing them in all sorts of unique ways, including locking one out of the window, you decided to bar the doors, remove the one man's spine, and trap the rest of the dead bodies in one room. As you were doing so, another one of you decided to search the rest of the hospital, stumbling upon a door above the second floor where a man was sitting, hiding from everyone, hearing all the noises below. He had helped you gather some medical supplies, went downstairs where you assembled a bunch of beds from the upstairs, and as you guys were calming the other patients, Dell decided to take off towards the inn where he had smelled this disgusting putrid smell of rot and decay outside. After stepping back inside going, oh no, what happened? He decided no matter what, he had to take his trip. This is where we pick up. So Dell.
Speaking of no matter what, Dell has a thought that he needs to talk to his compatriots about real quick.
Okay.
So I'm going to step just really quick right back in and flag everybody down. And like all the joy has gone out of his face.
That's not good.
Why did we come here initially?
It's on the road to where we want to go.
No,
Yeah.
I mean to the hospital.
Oh, for
Yes,
the
they
dead
were
guy.
helping that guy.
And why
While
was
we were
he
trying-
upset in the inn? What did he need?
Yeah, his wife was
Something
pregnant.
for
and needed
his
some
wife.
Root.
Okay. And what did the doctor just bring down?
The root.
So why didn't he come forward and say that he had the stab root? Because he must have told this man that he didn't have any. Or somebody told this man that they didn't have any stab root. And suddenly, after this assassination attempt failed, or murder attempt, or whatever, the doctor who has been hiding and not with everyone else suddenly produces enough stab root for all the women left in the building. Something
was in
about
on
that
it.
doesn't smell right to me.
I mean, that's a possibility, or it could be
Yeah.
there's a limited supply and they need to make sure it lasts throughout the day so they're not using it all up at once.
Sorry,
And maybe
James.
the
I
dude didn't know.
was thinking about this week. I was going over the story, and I went, he just had that stab root.
Yes, he did.
I'm just saying, maybe we have a pointed conversation with him, or you guys do while I'm gone. But I think that this guy, I maintain that he knows more than he says. And if you guys want, you're better at scaring people, and I'm better at smooth talking. So maybe you guys could have a chat with him while I run to check on what's going on in the inn. Does that sound acceptable?
So
You should
burn
go there
down
alone,
the
though, Del.
hospital?
What?
Here we go again.
If this guy has something to do with it, I vote we tie him to the front of the hospital so people can see him and then burn it down as a warning for those
After
assassins
we
if
get
they
all
come
the
back.
living patients out.
Well, yeah, because I'm pretty sure this place is ruined anyway. You should
Probably,
smell
yeah.
what it smells like out there, guys. But I'll be right back, and then I'll step back out so that James's story isn't ruined, and I'll head towards the inn. I just wanted to posit that quick thought that I had in the shower the other day.
No, if you guys, well, those are always the best
Oh,
times
man.
to have those
Shower
right?
thoughts, man. R//shower thoughts.
Shower thoughts.
Yeah.
There we go.
I just happened to think the other day, like, man, he had that. So yeah, I'm headed back to the inn, and
Maybe-
you guys can deal with that.
I don't know. Maybe he just didn't know, or he didn't feel safe or something, so he didn't come out. I don't know.
Were we having this conversation in front of the man?
No, I pulled you guys over to the side specifically for that.
Okay.
But I'm just saying, like, before the assassin stuff happened, he told them there was no stab root here. But that's my piece. Bye.
Can you head out the door?
Zoom.
Yeah.
Okay. As he jolts
By
out the door,
himself?
what are the rest of you all doing now, standing next to this, this doctor who's kind of moving back and forth between the patients.
So we got the
Actually, I need
doctor
all
and
three
then-
of you, since he's walked out. I need the three of you to roll me perception checks.
Oh,
Okay.
not good. I don't do perception.
I do. So it's the doctor and 3 patients, right?
Yep.
Just kidding. I have a little bit of perceptions.
Have some perception.
Just a little bit.
What's your perception?
I rolled a 15.
I rolled an 18.
Hey,
I think I'm gonna follow Del. I'm gonna go follow Del.
After a quick thought, you were like, maybe I'll head out. So you and Decimus and Karis, you hear footsteps upstairs.
Didn't
Looking
didn't we
around,
just-
is everyone accounted for?
Everybody is
You
accounted.
know what?
Doctor
So
and
you
the
know-
3 patients?
Yep, doctor and the 3 patients.
I don't think
Oh
that's a
shit,
good
the zombies.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good.
They're alive.
You know what? Maybe we should start barricading the stairwell, but I'm gonna go up
Maybe
and
we should
check and
start
see if it's them.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with and see if we can take a peek through the doorway.
Remember, we
So you guys go
barricaded
up
that.
you guys
Did
go
we?
up the dark,
Oh, wait.
No, we barricaded
You
the
guys
room
go
with
up
the
the
dead
dark
Oh, we
bodies.
hallway.
barricaded
or
Yeah,
you guys go up
and
the
that
dark
was not the-
stairwell up to the second floor.
Yeah.
Okay, James, I think we need to get some continuity here. Did we barricade the stairwell hallway or just the door to the zombies?
Just the door.
Just
to
Just the
zombies.
door
Okay.
to the body.
Yeah.
The zombie
Yep,
door.
just the
Good.
bodies.
The
just wanna make
zombie
sure.
door, yes.
Yeah. The
The impromptu morgue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll get to it later.
You guys were like, crematorium? I should jam that all into one room. Hope for the best.
I looked for a morgue. I didn't find one, so I had
didn't
to
find one,
improvise.
correct.
Yeah.
You had to
made one.
improvise, yes.
And yeah, it may become a crematorium later.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. In that case, I will definitely head upstairs.
Yep. I'm gonna go
Um,
with.
Keeping in mind that I did receive some flammable.
Yeah, you got oil or some
got
sort
oil
of
and some
flammable something
medicine.
or other.
Yeah. So I got that on hand just in case.
Okay. So as you head up the creepy creaking stairs up towards the second floor, you can notice now that the purple hue is continued. The lights, though, out, even when the sun's starting to peer through some of the boarded up windows and the broken glass, you can see ever since this eerie purple glow. And you hear footsteps behind the doorway that you had jammed all the stuff in. Doesn't seem to be going towards you, just moving around.
Do you think we should leave it?
I
Or should we
mean,
just set it all on fire.
if we could be quiet enough, maybe just take a peek and see what's in there.
I wouldn't open the door.
Our luck's gonna be we're gonna trip and just like push the barricade in, and it's all gonna let him
How are you
out.
gonna look in there with a barricaded door?
Move a little bit of stuff. I don't know. Maybe I could just.
Didn't,
I'm hanging out
did
downstairs,
you-
keeping an eye on the suspect
Uh,
doctor.
Decimus,
Okay, so you're
didn't
still
you
down
like
there with Dr. Wilmot?
crash through a wall? Did we board that up? Can they get out that way?
I think that was a different room.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that was a different room.
It was
We're
a
saying
different.
that was a different room.
Yeah, it was the room over. It's
Uh-huh.
the room over.
So the
Oh,
room
okay.
to the room to the side of the two patient rooms, the small storage room, that's where he had smashed into and realized that this was
actually-
not even anything he needed to go into.
Maybe I've
Is
got an
there-
idea. I might
Sure,
have an
by all
idea.
means.
You have rope, right?
I don't think I do. I don't think that's the sort of kid I got. Boop, 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 boop. I do not have rope.
Oh, dang. Okay. I don't know if
So
I want to
no
risk
from
it.
me.
I'm gonna go
Do it.
into the room next, like the room that I busted a hole in the wall into. I want to go into that room, and I want to see if there's like enough of a ledge where I could like crawl out the window, and just kind of inch my way down and peer into the window of the room with the bodies in it.
Okay. Give me a. You know what? Are you just doing it, or
No, I want to
are you
look and
trying
see if
to
there's
see if it's
enough of
for
a
you?
ledge, like if it's doable.
Okay. Give me a
Aren't
perception
you the
check.
Especially
biggest one
since,
of us?
yeah,
Yeah.
Could never go bad, right? Ever.
14.
James,
I'll take a 14.
James, you do have an advantage.
Oh, great. I'll make sure I note that.
Yep. So 14.
With a 14, you seem to. There is a small ledge that sits kind of where the windowsill is, but it seems to be just that ledge. There's no actual. You'd have to fall down upon part of the actual roof itself in order to walk across. You're unsure how sturdy that is.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Maybe that's not gonna work.
Though you did see other. I mean, you're expecting that that's probably how the assassins got in there in the first place, but you're unsure their weight size compared to yours.
Yeah. Exactly. I don't. If it's not gonna hold my weight, then I'm not even gonna try it.
Oh, really
Right.
quick. Let me show you. Actually,
Oh, I was just typing a message to him.
yeah. So we have small cards that I will actually flash up on the screen that will give us specific rewards for our players.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Good
And there
roll.
anything from like an advantage on an ability check,
Yeah.
an advantage on an attack roll. There's one that's a permanent +1 to hit points.
Oh, that's good.
There's
They're
a
actually
fate.
really neat.
There's a fate
Yeah.
point that if you fail a roll, you can redeem it to automatically succeed. A hero point is if you fail an attack or something, you can make it go.
They're
Like
real
there's all
cool.
kind of cool stuff. Yeah.
And if you
And I-
watched any of
For
the
some
Gooey
reason,
dungeons,
for
they
some
were
reason put
handed out
mine all the
then,
way.
too.
So I don't know why
Yeah, but
I
they were
put mine
being
away.
handed out at Gooey dungeons
Uh,
from Gizmo's Weird.
James, I have mine at hand if you want me to grab mine.
If you want to, if we need them, that's fine.
I will.
If somebody tosses one out, we're definitely able to show that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
If it comes to that, I will grab them. But yeah, 1,000
Cool.
channel points, and you can give one out to who you want.
Yep.
James, I'm still immune from that, right? Because I have 25,000 channel points.
Yeah, players don't get that option.
Yeah, we can all give each other Gooey rewards.
Yeah.
I'll take 25 Gooey rewards for Dale, please.
Well, yeah. I don't think we're gonna get a good look in there to see what's going on. But if it's not coming out, maybe we just shouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, that might be the best idea. Is there a door or something on the stairwell, or is it just that's the stairwell?
No, it's just an open stairwell.
Maybe we can.
The
find
idea of zombies coming to life is not really a thing normally in a hospital, but sometimes.
Okay.
You know,
I
with
guess.
our luck.
Well, hey, Decimus, maybe help me out with that storage closet.
We got
Yeah.
a Gooey reward, James.
Yep.
Shit.
Toss it up.
Oh,
I'll be right back.
Oh snap!
oh dang.
Oh dang! All right, so he's
Who's it
gonna
go
gather
to?
that while you guys are talking.
Okay. Let's move
Went
some
into
of
the
those
nether.
supplies into the door, the stairwell, so it's at least a tripping hazard for them.
Bears or whatever,
Yeah.
So,
if there's any left.
what kind of supplies are you moving into there?
Hopefully, crates and barrels. Just
Okay,
stuff,
so any of the broken device or any of the broken crates and barrels that were in the storage room?
Yeah, just something to
broken
obstruct
crates and
the
barrels.
stairwell.
Maybe like if they got
Okay,
shelves or
yes.
something.
Easy enough. You just
Whatever
kind of,
passes for a Metro cart in this time.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, no, you have no issues placing the stuff. You just kind of dump it out. Like
Maybe a
there's
bunch
no
of ball bearings.
Yeah.
Yes, because those are laying around everywhere. No,
Actually, my
You didn't
Gooey
buy ball
reward
bearings, you don't
is
get ball
somewhere
bearings.
else.
Hey, you never know. Maybe
you said
Oswald's
yours
just
are
storing ball
somewhere
bearings.
else.
Mine are at somebody else's house because I was DMing
Oh,
there.
I can grab mine in
no.
like 2 seconds.
Okay.
Toss up a quick ad, and I'll grab mine real quick.
We'll be right
Tossing up
back,
an
guys. Give us
ad.
just a few seconds. Oh,
Alright.
Eggman's hers, James.
Hello.
Oh, never mind.
James. James.
It's too late. He's already taken his earbuds
James.
out. It is two ladies taking
He
it
took
out.
his ears off or something.
Everyone, while DM isn't paying attention, we have to rewrite the story, right? We killed the zombie horde. We saved the town. They love us. What else?
That's kind of it. We don't release a demon.
Yeah.
Trying to show you, James.
She had
I got
hers,
mine
James.
too.
Yeah, but she grabbed hers immediately as soon as you took your headphones out, and we were like, James,
Oh, my bad.
who is the
All right,
reward
so-
going to?
No, so that's the thing. I need
Oh.
one of you to roll me a. We're gonna roll a d4 for that.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh. You don't want to do that.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna roll the d4. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna do it based on.
Is it going to be a gooey D4?
No, it's gonna be a d4 on
On tabletop.
Foundry.
Or Foundry. You know, that thing.
So 3. So it is Karis.
Hey!
Nice.
He's
So
involved
Karis-
in the weird stuff.
Yeah.
You are getting
Love weird stuff.
advantage on an ability check.
There you go.
That's
All
great.
right.
That's good.
So when you use this, you may take advantage on a single ability check of your choice. The card may be played at any time, and this does not go away at the end of the stream.
Yeah.
So-
That's the difference between just your cheap advantage luck
Correct.
point that you give us. So, yeah.
Yeah.
And we could get something really sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like permanent health would be great.
And there's
Permanent
things in
health
here
would be
that can
amazing.
actually mess with my game completely, but that's okay because I like doing that kind of thing. So,
Yep.
yeah. Is there actually one called Hero Point
And fate
and
point.
a Fate Points? So
Nice.
those are very rare. But yeah, awesome. Thank you, 12 Tone, for that. So we can hang out and see what kind of craziness Karis comes up with his ability check.
Oh yeah.
All right, so
We'll
you've
see.
thrown all the stuff, the junk down the stairwell. You've made a mess of everything. Boxes, crates, random pieces of clothing, anything you could find in the stairwell, or in the storage closet, you just threw down the stairs.
Mhm.
Okay, what side of the stairs are you on now?
The downstairs portion.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we would have dirtied up the stairs on our way down.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
just checking, making sure.
We're not that
You know,
dumb.
it's been fun to watch you dump all the stuff and then go, oh crap, now I gotta walk down the stairs. You know,
The two of
Yeah.
us may be a barrel of monkeys, but we're not that stupid.
You could have chopped the stairs down.
you could have chopped the
Could
stairs
have.
down.
But what if
I
we need to get
actually
back up?
had a different idea.
He's going to burn the place.
Is it
Hold
put the
on,
wizard
hold
up
on.
there and then, or the doctor up there and then chop the stairs down?
Yeah.
Tell us all you know. Then we'll let you down.
No. As
Lead him
we
to the
get
zombie horde.
as we get down to the bottom of the stairwell, I want to make
Yep.
sure I take whatever I can of that fuel I have
Yep,
and just
drench it.
yeah, and then try and get it into the stairwell itself. So if I see it, I can just toss it down there and hopefully
Got
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
get a
What are you
wall
going to
of
do with all
going.
these?
Definitely going to
Mothers
throw
were
that
delivering.
ability check advantage out if you need to. Just keep those things out of there.
So what's a
Oh.
Zyathe version of Yippee Ki-Yay?
I think it's just.
I'm just
yippee-ki-yay.
saying, we don't have great luck
Aye, aye,
dragging. We don't have great luck dragging people out of things. Do you guys
Mhm,
remember the first game where everybody almost died because you guys couldn't drag somebody? So
Yeah.
you
that
got
was
4
funny.
bodies to drag out of here, or
Not
3
gonna lie, That
people
was funny.
to drag out of here. Somebody's dead.
Fine, probably.
It's
When you
fine.
have we can move them on the bedding. That actually works.
Just
I got
fast
made
forward a
fun
little
of
bit.
for that.
It's true. Oh, see what happens
Not by
is we
me.
have-
I know it works. The fire department training actually gives that as a viable alternative.
All right.
Let's go.
So while you guys have gathered the things, thrown them in the stairs, drenched the bottom of the stairwell, Dell, you've ran across, like, past the hospital area, heading towards the end. Esford, you stayed back with Dr. Wilmot, correct? Or did you go with Dell? You had said you went with Dell, but then you didn't, and you said you were with Doctor. So I was trying to figure
Well, and then you said, yeah, I was going to watch him, but no, I would not have let Dell go on his own.
But he's
Okay.
faster
I
than
mean,
you.
if you're going to split the party, at
Yeah.
least. No, he's not.
split it evenly, you know.
I have cutting action, so I
Yeah,
can
you
dash.
have bonus
I can
action
dash and
dash?
then move. I do. She's close though. I can move 90 feet. She can move 80. So
Alright.
we're close in speed.
Jeez.
And I will hang back to keep pace with her if she's coming with me a little bit.
Hey, give me a few more
Okay.
levels. I'll have
I'm
some movement
also
speed, too.
taller than him, so I have a longer stride.
That's true. Though it doesn't seem to bother him. He just kind of flies.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you guys get past the main area outside of the hospital, and you get out of the stone wall area where it's kind of been walled off, you head onto the main strip of the town. And as you get past two of the buildings, you feel this sense of just heavy amounts of rot. I need you two to roll me Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh, you guys gonna throw up?
Oh, good. The people that are good at Constitution are here.
Am I the only one good with Constitution?
I think so.
4.
Oh no. Oh no.
We both rolled a 4. That's pretty bad.
Ooh. Take 7 points of necrotic damage
7 points of stank damage.
as you start to just writhe in pain in your stomach, and as you do, you're not just removing your innards, you're starting to pour out things like bugs and grub as you puke.
I
onto the
turn around and
ground.
go back. Here's dead. There's nothing to be done. Like, those villagers don't have 7 health points apiece. Like, they're screwed. We got to get out of here. We're vomiting bugs. There ain't nothing for us here. Do you agree, Ezifer, or
Yeah,
this is bad? Like,
this is
salt
very
the
bad.
ground, burn it. Like,
I need you to
Alphinius
roll
has
me
got some
I
new
need you two to
towns.
roll me perception checks.
Alphinius has
Oh,
got
gosh.
to write some new towns because so far I want to burn all of them because they're all cursed and need to go.
Yeah. Just start over, hard wipe.
Maybe they've rebuilt, because aren't we like predating the?
No, we're post dating.
No, post-dating.
We're post-dating, so it's okay
Post-dating.
if we burn it all down then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
For prostate.
and it's not our. It's
all of
not.
it.
It's not Alphinius' fault. It's James's fault.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I need to clean up some of these towns. There's too many of them. I gotta shrink them down a little bit. The next group of people to go through. Okay. With a 14 and a 16, you look over to your left and you see what seems to be a hunched over human figure kind of leaning against a cart, facing away from you.
Do they appear to be vomiting?
They do.
That's probably some sort of demon that's causing this.
You would know.
Okay. Just keep running back to the hospital.
I'm gonna get like out of stank range and then yell at him. Hey, what are you doing over there? Get out of there. It's bad.
As you do, this one turns around and you can see
That's what I
the
was
jaw
expecting.
open up just a little
Oh,
bit.
nope.
Eyes are completely just burned inward, and parts of its body are tearing apart as the grubs and the maggots are dropping from within itself, and it
Yeah.
looks straight at you.
I didn't mention that I had my crossbow drawn, did I? My hand crossbow.
Nope.
Oh, because that's definitely
I'm gonna
happening.
throw a firebolt at that shit.
Oh, that's a good idea. While you're at it, hit all the buildings too.
You have to hit that with fireball, not
Hit the
not a
tavern
fireball.
first.
All right.
No, if you hit the tavern, it's got alcohol everywhere.
I don't have a fireball, so firebolt's gonna have to deal with it.
That's fine.
Okay, so roll me your attack.
Oh,
It's
boy.
a zombie that might hit.
13 hits.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll take
That's
it.
it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, not good.
As the fire hits the zombie, it hits the walker. It starts to just burn up parts of its
Switch to
parts
the
of its
gooey
skeletal
dice.
frame. Just turns into like this blackened color, but it doesn't seem to phase it too much. and as it turns and looks at you, it starts to run towards you.
Oh,
All right, so
Run.
we're going to
These are-
spin over here to.
These are the World War Z type zombies.
Yeah.
Better watch out.
Hey, James, how do I add a weapon in like for the rollies?
What do you mean?
Like to do the auto rolls? Because I have a crossbow it was like the fake enchanted crossbow or whatever, but it's just a mundane crossbow. But how do I add that in Foundry so that I can just click a button?
Oh, I can just add that.
Oh, I would appreciate it. I never learned how to do that.
So you just go to the compendium and you grab items and you just drag the item into your character.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So your items,
Oh, I see it.
crossbow. There's a light crossbow, I believe.
It was, yes.
Excuse me.
So it's an
Did you do it or you
educational
want me to-
tutorial. What?
Do you want me to drop it?
Please,
quick?
if you don't mind, if you have it.
Yep. there
I'm
you go.
in the list now, but
Hmm.
okay. Thank you, James.
You see
And
it?
I'll put that on the hotbar. I do
Cool.
put that
Yeah,
on
so-
the hotbar.
Foundry, one of the nice things about it is you can just drag and drop stuff.
Yeah.
So, all right. So
At
we're
least
going
fire
to
damage, I
put you
guess.
guys.
Mm-hmm.
Put you where you. Let's see. It's probably close.
I'll turn to Essifer and be like, "Shoot it and run." There's no way that thing's faster than us.
Let me check. Quick. All right. It's up to you. So let's get some initiative going.
Yeah. Ooh, natural one.
That's okay. You didn't do much better.
Oh,
Holy
no.
shit!
Oh,
Technically,
no.
did worse because I have a good initiative mod.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Christ.
So
Jesus
even after releasing the firebolt, as the creature turns and looks at you, you're able to react faster than as it's getting ready to react, but it's not moving fast enough. At the
Okay,
moment.
well, I'm gonna attempt a different tactic and
Oh.
try an Eldritch Blast.
And what does your Eldritch Blast look like? What kind of color is it?
Hey,
Not bad.
What does
I'm
this
gonna
look
say
like
it's purple because it's me.
to you? It's this purple shimmer.
Actually, it would be
on
blue
it.
because I'm ethering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Purplish
Bluish
blue.
purple, purplish blue. So as you release the purplish blue magic out of your hands and blast it into this creature, roll me your damage.
hey!
Yeah.
Opa.
You watch as it hits the inside and flares up through it, and it just crumbles.
Run,
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 run!
Turn
run.
that nerd
And
down.
I'm sure,
Back to the hospital.
I'm sure, literally everyone else in town is one of those now. So we should just run
Yeah, that's
Run.
fair.
back to the hospital.
Paris!
Yeah.
Decimus, open the door!
Don't burn the hospital. Everything else is unsafe.
All right. So you guys head back towards the hospital, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I guess we could just run into the wilderness and just start our own adventure.
Sorry, you were doing it for yourself. Bye.
Yeah.
See,
James, we
someone's
went
gonna
2
stumble across
campaigns.
against it.
2 campaigns simultaneously
God.
now. Karis and Decimus and Essifer and Dell.
That's-
I think we'd get pretty far.
It feels like what the group doesn't know is we're spawning off into two separate nights.
Separate streams, yeah. All right.
So if you want to check out
It's okay.
Dylan,
You'll be able to know who's going where because there'll be 2 paths of burning towns.
burning counts, yeah.
Yeah.
One's heading back towards Beavenshire to finish that one off. The other one's heading forward towards Darkenhaven after relieving this town of its life too.
Yep,
All right.
that's what you gotta do.
So as you rush back into the hospital, you can see you pound on the door. The two of you can hear this coming from the outside. from the inside as it kind of echoes throughout the halls.
Everybody
The
in
doctor
town's
looks
dead.
over. He runs over quickly to open the door. What? What do you mean the town's dead?
I'll push the door. I'll push him in the door and go, everyone in the town's dead, and you were part of it. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You knew that those assassins were coming. You pretended you didn't have Stawbrute. Why?
What do you mean I pretended I didn't have Stawbrute?
The man a man came in the tavern and said his wife needed Stawbrute, and you didn't have any. And then
What
after
man?
all of this went down, the man whose wife is missing, and he's dead. He's upstairs in the pile of dead bodies up there. That's probably becoming some sort of weird abomination.
There was no man here who had a wife that I'd seen.
Insight check.
Yeah, I
What?
want a bullshitometer on him. He's about to just get stabbed.
24.
God dang.
You, shockingly enough, he's telling the truth.
Oh, Dell's gonna kill him. Dell doesn't believe him.
You're unsure. Dell is
darn it all.
Dell. You can't tell that he seems to be not giving any sort of cues. Though, Karis, when you're listening to his voice and you can hear the change in inflection and whatnot,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound as if he's telling a lie.
Well, I think you're wasting your time, buddy. But
No, because even if he's telling the truth, then somebody is lying and there's something weird going on.
listen, if you don't like
Well,
the town, let's just
I
burn
do
it
believe
down.
there's-
But we need to protect the people.
Oh, no,
who are
everybody's
alive.
dead and they've turned into zombies.
Yeah, but there's still 4 townspeople still alive, and
Yeah,
we owe it to
I
them
think
to.
they're probably following us, so they're probably on their way. Because we shot fireballs at it.
Did you hit them?
I didn't shoot at it. Ezra killed it.
No, I should have saved some of the alcohol. Oh well.
If you burn everything down, where are we going to go?
Well, I mean, there's nowhere for them to hide either, so.
You know what would be
why not?
really handy right now? A
Level
finished
playing
war
field.
wagon.
I
That
mean,
is true.
the war
We need to
wagon is
prioritize that.
finished, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it's not clad in metal.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's not armored, but it is
That's
finished
the point
and
of the war
usable.
wagon. It is, but our horses are probably zombies now too. Oh, actually,
Did they
that's
put 'em
pretty
in-
badass.
Oh, maybe not.
Actually, I'm kind
They
of
were-
into that.
I thought we stabled them. Weren't they in a barn?
Yeah, yeah.
Did
In
we save-
town with all the zombies.
Hmm.
Right, no, but you
Mm.
see, we put them in a barn by themselves.
Hang on, bear with me. If there's zombies, they have they don't need to eat, they don't need to drink, they don't get tired. They look
Yeah.
really cool. I'm just saying.
But
If
how
we
long are
could
they gonna
domesticate
last?
them, that's pretty
Like some
flashy.
kestrels.
You know, you
Yeah.
guys wanted to put bones all over this thing. What if we just had
No.
bone horses?
I
We
cannot
we are
believe
not
we went
reavers.
from the zombies are going to kill us to, if we could tame the horse zombies, we might have something going here.
Uh-huh.
You know,
No, that's-
Dell
that's
would
not a
probably
bad
try to
idea.
ride them anyway.
It worked with the bear.
You know, I think I like your idea and where you're at, but their durability may not be very high, and they may not last long with a yoke. But we
There's
should
only one
definitely
way to
test it
find
out.
out. Yes, but we'll put a
Assuming they
bookmark
don't
in
try
that.
to
Let's
gnaw
deal
your
with
arm
the we're all gonna die thing first,
So-
and then we'll
Oh,
we'll
yeah,
come
yeah,
back
yeah.
to that.
That's
So if we
probably
do have
important.
ghost horses, skeletal horses, whatever you want to call them, does that make us ghost driver?
We've
No,
put a
you're not
bookmark
Ghost
in
Rider.
it, Dell
Go away.
or Decimus. We've put a bookmark
No,
in it.
you're not Ghost Rider. Go away.
No, no, not ghost rider, ghost driver.
Ghost Driver.
Yeah,
We're
Driver.
yeah,
Yeah,
Not
we're
just
Ghost
trademark.
riding the whip.
not
It's just,
trademark.
it's horrible cousin.
Riders in the sky.
Yeah,
Hey, Decimus, do you think you can carry 2 of them?
2 horses?
I'm thinking.
Maybe.
No, the pregnant women.
Patience.
We just listen. We set the place on fire. We take the survivors, and we just kind of go.
there's
mean-
zombies
Or we-
outside.
Yeah, there's zombies upstairs.
Zombies
yeah,
are
there
fast.
there were some footsteps heard in the morgue room, and we couldn't take a peek, but it might not be good.
I'm just gonna go
About-
ahead and assume it's bad.
About 10 or so minutes after you had come back downstairs, the footsteps stopped.
Huh?
Oh, well, problem solved.
What if they went out the window?
Then I guess we'll see him later.
Wasn't one you locked?
Yeah.
No, it was the one he locked.
Hmm.
The one he locked was on the side of the building. And
Yeah.
he locked it and made sure that he stuck his finger to his nose when he.
Do we know where? Do we know where the wagon was stabled?
Right
Yeah.
outside the inn.
Back at the inn?
Are we just giving up on Giselle? Or are we going to look for her?
No.
Who?
What?
I don't know what you're talking.
Because her husband was, if wormy Doctor Man, who is like a coward, is telling the
Innocent.
truth, then her husband was
Completely
part of
dead.
was involved with this somehow.
How do you know?
And if he's lying, because he's saying that there was no husband with a woman here, but the man claimed to be her husband.
I
So
mean, there's
someone is
lots
lying, either the doctor or that man.
But we saw
There's
him
lots
dead.
of people. I'm sure he doesn't know everybody.
We saw the
Just
guy
even though
dead.
he's dead, he could still be involved.
No, they wouldn't have killed him if he was involved. He would have left with
As-
them.
As a spy, that's called taking care of
Eliminate
loose
witnesses.
ends. Yeah, that's cleaning up loose ends.
Well,
Maybe he
if
was.
we're gonna go
Maybe
after,
he wasn't dead.
Trust me, I've made plans to eliminate all of you if I need to get rid of loose ends. But
He probably is because he would have been one of the bodies we stuck in that room.
yeah, Professor Batman taught me to always have a plan to take care of your allies in case they turn on you.
Uh-huh. Oh, he's like a really
It's called
cool guy.
kryptonite.
Yeah,
Sounds
you
like
know,
a great
he's kind
person.
of an ass.
So, wait, did any one of you guys got rope?
Yeah,
Oh, you got some rope here. We can go upstairs and I can.
why
Why?
don't you have rope?
Because all my stuff got taken away.
We got to get you guys some rope. Put that on the list too. After
You-
zombie horses.
You guys keep forgetting
The
all of my
zombies
stuff got
get rope.
stolen.
Well, Karis' stuff didn't get stolen, but that's beside the point. Okay, what are you wanting to do with
Yeah.
rope?
I was gonna climb out the window of the room next door, and then just kind of make my way over and take a peek inside and see who was walking
No.
around.
Did you try knocking on the door?
Zombies.
It's barricaded.
Did you try talking to him?
No. Why? They don't respond if they're zombies.
If they go, then it's probably zombies.
Arr.
Well, then you climb over all this trash we
pirates.
threw on the stairs and find out.
Why does it smell like oil in here?
I was gonna burn the place down, but yeah.
Why?
Wait, what?
There's
You're
zombies
gonna put the
upstairs.
place down? What do you
What did
mean?
you think he was doing when he was scattering oil everywhere?
Listen, it's fine.
Attending to the patients? Like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Where
No.
did you graduate school? Are you a fake doctor?
No.
He did
Jesus.
Oh god.
my post-doctorate degree.
Yeah, he learned from a post. That's how he got his
Or,
doctorate.
you know,
Right.
maybe he thought he was like blessing the building since Karis is a cleric.
I guess. So
I don't
anyway,
know.
so yeah, I mean,
mean-
you can have my rope if you want, but be careful because there's zombies out there.
Yeah, but I'd just be climbing on the side of the building, you know?
Okay, all right, go ahead. I'll give him my rope.
It's a bad idea.
I'll
This
need
is a
someone
very
to
bad
hold the
idea.
other side of the rope in case I fall, and you just pull me
Oh,
back in.
not me. I'm very
Karis
weak.
can do that.
I weigh
Yeah.
like 120 pounds.
So before I
We
hold
would
the
just all
rope,
fall with you. So
are we just gonna stick here and hope nothing kills us? Is that a
I mean,
plan?
I mean, it sounds like a
could
great
tie-
idea.
We could
I
tie
don't
the
know
rope to
why we
something.
need to look in that room.
I want to see if any of those bodies got up and walked away.
Didn't we have keys to the storage room up top?
Yes, the
The
storage.
doctor does.
Yes.
Why don't we
Doctor
lock
did.
the women in there? The mothers.
Because
'Cause they're
Karis wants to burn the place
Bedridden?
down.
Kind of do.
Well, we can carry him up there, or Karis can carry him, or Decimus can carry him up there.
I told you we can't fit all the beds in that room.
We can if we start throwing the shit that's in there out.
But we need that shit.
That's
Well,
like
how are we gonna protect?
valuable-
How are we gonna
product.
protect them if they're just laying in the middle of the floor when the zombies bust in?
That's why we burn down every building and we just take them out of town.
Well, we
Problem
need to get
solved.
the wagon for that.
Then let's go get the wagon.
It smells really bad out there, and I think I almost puked up my guts, including some bugs. So I'm not going again. Maybe somebody like you guys smell incredibly bad sometimes and don't seem to care. Why don't you go?
Sure. Why not?
I need everybody to
can.
give me perception checks, please.
Uh-huh.
The zombies have snuck up on us.
I know, right?
probably
They're just all
did.
like looking in the windows.
And Pam has rolled a 2.
Oh, 5.
That's a 7.
Jasmine's rolled a 7.
God.
As you
It
guys
may-
are talking,
That's fine. Someone's got a
Paris
plus 20 over here.
and Dell, you both notice this strange lingering shadow kind of passing by one of the windows, first floor. Though it seems to be boarded up, pieces of the shadow kind of get through. A tall figure, probably standing based on the shadow, 10, 12 feet tall. These long horns that hang off the top of its head. And
It's that fucking demon.
what seems to be a swinging tail that kind of lingers in the shadow.
As soon as Dell sees him, he goes, "Uncle Bartholomew?" Surprise, guys! This is my uncle.
It's been a family feud the whole time.
It's not. It's not my uncle.
No, it's not Uncle Bartholomew.
No.
Uncle Bartholomew looks just like that, though.
Yeah. As you look near where the wood is, you can see bite marks where it looks like bugs are starting to gnaw through.
Oh,
Shit. This is just like
It's
that
not
episode of
good.
X Files.
Is
I
there
think
a
it's time to
back
go
door?
somewhere.
I think these women are probably screwed.
I mean, maybe, but like, couldn't we try and save some of them?
I can't.
When I was searching around the bottom floor, was there a back?
There's a back
Okay.
room, yeah. It goes out the other.
But there's not
Is there
another
a
exit,
back
right? It's just
door?
the front door.
There's a front door and there's a back door, yes.
There's a back door.
There's also windows.
There's also
We
multiple.
boarded those up.
Those have been boarded up
Or
since.
well,
the
Oh,
beginning
yeah.
of-
That's right.
Yeah.
I think we should hide the women and then maybe try and lure this thing away.
Maybe.
Hide them where?
Oh,
It's here. It's in here. Isn't it in the
outside.
room?
No, you're just
It's
seeing the
outside.
shadow.
It's roaming the
It's
streets.
out. It's
Okay.
lingering outside. You can hear it, the heavy, like clopped footprints or footing of some hooved creature
Clip
outside the
clop,
window.
clip clop. It's our horses,
it's
guys.
your demon, Dell.
It's our horses.
No, right?
What do you mean, my demon? We've seen like 18 demons. This is just another one. And I was responsible for none of them. Karis got them all.
Uh-huh.
Del, Esther, do you think you guys could like maybe get the jump on that thing, and then we take them upstairs and then we join you?
On the demon?
Yeah, just jump out to like the second or third story and literally get the jump on him.
I mean, I can do that.
We just gotta lure him away, but we gotta get these women somewhere safer than the first floor.
You watch as
By
the
lift-
shadow
by your
stops
wings?
as you guys are speaking.
I think it hears us.
Is
And you see random like termites starting to tear through the wood, and flies pour into the room in swarms.
I
they
shoot through
start
the
to
hole
tug.
with my crossbow.
All right.
I'm
That's all I
going
got.
for the pregnant woman.
Yeah, I'm gonna go and grab a couple of those women and just start sprinting up the trashed stairs.
17?
It's like stepping on Legos.
You would be doing it at a disadvantage as the room is starting to be
I'll roll it
covered
again.
in flies.
13.
13. 13. You see it kind of stick next to the hole.
I'll reload.
Okay. I'll reload.
Yeah, well, in that general direction of where they're coming in, Eldritch Blast.
Okay. Blasting the swarm, got it. Or are you blasting the area next, or where the swarm's coming in?
Just towards where it's coming in,
Okay.
trying to stop it at the source. Tempting.
22. 8. You release the bluish purple flame as it kind of envelops some of the bugs, and they flare up almost in this weird black aura, and then just drop to the ground and turn to ash.
I think it's a cantrip. I'm gonna keep doing that.
Okay.
I'll run upstairs when it's my turn again,
Okay.
and try to get in the room that's above where the door
Where
is.
they're at?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So give me a quick athletics or acrobatics check as you're running up this now cluttered mess of a stairwell.
19.
Yeah, easily. Without stepping on anything, you just kind of step your way up and into that room next to where you had pinned all of the bodies at.
I'll look out the window.
Okay. As you do, you notice that same figure kind of lingering against one of the sides, walking around the room, and it just stops there. It stands about 12, as I said, about 12 feet tall, hairless, skin kind of falling off of the body itself, two massive horns that pull off the side of its head, a staff that sits in its right hand, and this tail that just kind of flips around as a fly kind of buzzes around it, just flicks away from it.
I jump out the window and stab it.
Okay. I need you to first roll me a Constitution save.
I'm bad at that.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I believe in you.
Do you?
Not really.
Yep.
Okay. As you get ready to jump out, you again, as you puke up, another couple maggots kind of pop out of your mouth, and the flies start to just out.
Oh boy.
One starts pulling out of your nose and flies away.
Ugh.
And then I jump out the window and stab it.
And then you jump out the window anyways.
I don't have anything else I can do. It's awful, but
Yeah, and that's 5 points of necrotic damage.
yeah. I'm probably going to die, but I'm going to do what I can to hurt it before I go down. Because I'm real low on HP.
Yeah, that's not good.
Yeah.
Not good.
Here.
Not good. Not good.
I'll get the
So
element of
as
surprise,
you're-
and then you guys can unload on it.
Yep. Alright, so let's go back to this room here.
I specifically, James, if I can, want to try and get the staff arm, try to knock the staff
Pull
out of
away.
his hand in case it's using that to do it.
Okay.
I assume it's just a being of evil, but
Yeah, so you can see now as you jump out of the window and dive down to grab the staff. Roll me. Are you trying to grab it, or are you trying to pull? What's
nah,
the?
I'm more trying to stab when I go down. But if I can stab, if I'm aiming for shoulders, I'm aiming the shoulder that's holding
Okay.
that staff, hoping that he'll
Yeah,
drop
roll
it
me
or something.
Yep. Roll me attack roll.
Do I get advantage because it's a surprise? Huh?
I would say no.
Okay. I got to try
'Cause it
something,
can't-
James.
It can't be surprised.
Okay. Roll it. Ah, damn it.
Dang.
As you fall out of the window and just directly trying to jab at it, you land on the ground, and the creature looks at you, and you now see 4 sets of yellow eyes, so 2 up front and then 2 a little higher up in its head.
Nah, that's
The
bad.
goat-like figure on its face, a mane covers around it.
Hey, I'm here to
and,
help. I'm on your team.
Right after you straight stab. Okay.
No, I did. I
As it
missed him.
looks at you and just opens its mouth, just flies just out of
Oh,
its
God.
out of its.
I can do
body.
that too.
That's nasty.
I'm out of flies right now, but I can do it too.
I love it.
All right. So see here. So let's get kind of a makeshift our here. Bring our monster. East. Bring our monster to life. And we'll have you. Where are you at?
I'm in that same room that I was in. Where do you need me? The front?
I need you here.
Okay, cool.
Oh, are we still
Big
using
guy
this?
off the-
This is the second floor map.
Yeah, the first floor map's a little janky. And he just dove off the second floor.
Oh.
Yep.
So,
I thought we were on the first floor.
We
No, I
were,
went
guys-
upstairs.
but
yeah, he went upstairs.
crashed.
Yep, and the three of you have already
Oh,
are downstairs.
okay.
Yeah, but you dove out this window here and landed on next to the creature.
Yep.
You
Are
can
these
see,
guys
like I
supposed to
said,
be here?
Bottom left. Or bottom.
Okay, I bought you guys a
Hold
few
on,
seconds. Make use of it.
Alright, and we're gonna start rolling initiative at this point.
Oh god, yeah. Yeah, it sounds like me and Karis are running up the stairs to go to the third, fourth floor,
actually,
whatever, with the chicks.
Decimus, follow me. Don't go
Aw.
up the stairs.
So is that also where the flies are coming in?
No, the
Oh,
flies
no.
are coming in from the first floor, and they're coming in from multiple windows now, starting to pour into the area.
Hey, pretty good.
Does everyone
take
have their
that.
tokens? Wow,
Yeah.
Not everyone's tokens are in here.
mine isn't.
No.
Mine
don't
was not
see
in here,
mine.
but I did roll.
Yeah, you did. I
I
clicked the button
rolled
on accident.
disappeared.
So both of your rolls are private.
21,
What is...
5.
Oh, it says that they...
Yeah, I don't know why you're. Oh, hold on. I can update yours.
What?
I'll
Mine's...
update your roll.
Okay.
That's kind of
Beelzebub.
weird. It's having us all roll initiative, like, privately.
Because
for
you're
some
not
reason.
considered.
We're not in the scene.
You're not in this scene at the moment,
Yeah.
so it's showing. It's
Ah.
rolling them backward, or it's rolling them
Wild.
hidden.
James, you took my initiative roll away. Do I need to roll again?
What was your initiative?
It was bad, so I'd like to roll again.
Sure, why not? I messed up on you. And then I need Essifer to roll hers too.
I rolled a 6 before.
I wish it
And I
always
feel like I'm
worked
just going to
that.
die anyway. So at least I can get one more shot in on him.
Okay, cool. Decimus, so right now you see this massive amount of flies starting to pour in throughout the windows, and all that you can see is Essifer releasing Eldritch Blast after Eldritch Blast, trying to clean these things up, and they just more pour into
Yep.
the room.
Yep, so I am sprinting over to grab a couple of the ladies, and I'm going to snatch them and follow Carrie's wherever he's going.
Kitchen.
To the kitchen.
Oh, I said bitchin'.
Oh, okay.
Kitchen, not
Hey,
in
man,
I said bitch.
I thought you had a plan,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
throw them in the kitchen, we'll come back later. I don't
Throw
know,
'em in
man.
the kitchen.
If you put them in the icebox, it'll slow everything down. They'll be okay.
Right? Isn't that what they taught you?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe the kitchen in this hospital's like on the opposite end of the building or something. I don't know.
Actually, the kitchen would be just around to your left. It would have been in the same area where they had stored a lot of the herbs and stuff as well.
If you gotta know where I was saying to go, head for the
Mm-hmm.
back door. We gotta find a new building to hide in and then come back
okay.
here.
Sure.
I doubt there's another building to hide in, but it's a good as plan as any.
All right.
It's pretty
Maybe-
desperate times right now.
I mean,
I
maybe
mean,
we
I'm
could
probably gonna
find
burn
like
the place down. Let's be honest.
maybe we could
To be
find like a
honest.
shed. I don't know.
And you know, Dell's
Something.
happy to die fighting something evil.
Right.
So you guys just run.
I mean, it's all right. We'll come
Decimus.
back. We'll be back.
What are you doing?
Yeah, like I said, I'm snatching a couple of the ladies, and we're heading for the back door.
Okay, just grabbing them and running.
Yeah.
Okay. So of course they're going to kind of shriek at first, and then the doctor's looking at you strangely, but realizing that as the bugs start to pour in, and he follows with you guys out the back door.
Yeah, I'm not saying nothing. There ain't no time for some shenanigans.
Nope.
So you grab 2 of them.
Yep.
Head out the back door. Got it. So, staying out here in the
Oh, goodness.
area.
Just moved my map on me.
Maybe
Hold on a
on
second.
this side here.
Yeah.
And you've got 1 and 2, kind of on either shoulder.
Yeah, I think it'd be pretty easy to just grab 2 of them
Yeah.
real quick and.
Right. Okay.
No.
Essifer, you're up. Still blasting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Roll your Eldritch
And
Blade.
this still showing the second floor, so I'm not even on the map.
Nope. You're in the ethereal plane of the first floor.
Ooh, I can't see what you guys are rolling. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because we're not on the same map.
Yeah, not in the same.
Wild.
All right. So, Esper, you can roll your Eldritch Blast as the swarm is starting to pick up around you. Hurry up! It keeps getting worse.
You don't have to roll another attack. Bam. Eldritch Blast just does damage as concentration once it hits.
What? No, it's not.
No, that's
Is,
Witch
no,
Bolt.
that's Witch Bolt. I'm
That's
thinking
not
Witch
what
Bolt.
it
That's
says.
Witch Bolt.
Yeah.
That's Witch Bolt.
I don't know why I thought she was casting Witch Bolt. I was like in my head, yeah,
No.
Witch Bolt.
Yep, not quite.
Yep.
Can we
Try it a
pretend it's Witch
couple
Bolt?
more.
So she can get heavier
Same,
damage?
but different.
Yeah.
All right. Try a couple more. And they start to kind of pack up closer and closer to you, Essifer. Del, you're now
Yeah.
standing face to face with this creature. You look
Yeah.
to the right, and you can see a. Actually, I need you to roll me a perception check.
This dude over here standing toe to toe with
See if you catch
Beelzebub.
it.
I'm pretty distracted at the moment, so I kind of hope this fails.
Yeah, yeah, it failed.
Okay. So yeah, I'm pretty distracted because this is like Dell's realized that he's about to die. This
Okay.
is bad. So Hood comes back and like there's like blood coming out of the corner of his mouth,
Mhm.
and he touches his emblem of Jinx that he wears one last time while he's holding the short sword. Grabs the short swords like this, and I want to do a called shot if I can.
Okay.
I'm going to try to stab 2 of its eyes with both the short swords.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Go for it, man. Let's see what it do.
Hope it works.
All right.
I know,
Come
right?
on.
Would have gone for the
Dope.
Achilles tendon, though.
There it goes.
Come on. See what we got.
It's coming. Nope. Super fail.
Oh,
Nope, super fail.
jeez.
I tried.
Hey, it was worth a try,
As you
man.
do, it brings its horns down. It locks into the horns. It flips backwards, and both of your blades pull out. And you have no blades.
I just look at it and smile.
All right. It.
No.
Are we sure we aren't playing Call of Cthulhu right
You
now?
know what?
I think we are.
100%.
Actually, I have 1 card left to play.
Okay.
I'm going to disengage, and I think I get to move half my move speed. And I'm going to run 15 feet backwards to try to lure it towards me so that they have, like, just a
why
couple
are you,
more seconds.
Why are you only moving half your move speed?
Disengage takes half, only lets me.
No.
Well, no.
You
I
still
can
have all
disengage
of
and
your
then I can
regular
run.
Bonus
movement.
action.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll bonus action disengage, and then I'll run 30 feet to
Okay.
try and get it to follow me.
And then. Are you going to use your movement on. Or so, yeah, so you movement full 30 feet. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Which direction? Left or right?
I was thinking backwards away from the hospital to try to lure it away while they get the patients out. Oh, I see. It's between me and the back. I thought I was behind it.
Nope.
I'll go left.
Okay, so.
I can't see squares, so I'll let you move it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, see that I can't really see the squares neither.
Alright.
The grid's kind of hidden by the map.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right. And it is going to kind of grab the staff, spring upward, and then try to come back down at you with the
Okay.
staff
Ooh, not good.
and the spring. So that
Sorry, guys.
You're good.
my second. Anyway. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's gonna hit.
22.
Ow.
And it's gonna do for 8 points.
That's exactly enough to bring me to 0.
Oh,
Does it?
not good.
Yep.
Jumps in and just jams directly in. You hear this crunch as Dell's eyes dull back. The last thing you hear, Dell, is the laughter of Jinx
Yep.
in your mind.
I'm
Is your
smiling
eyes
as I go
roll
down.
You watch as the blood kind of gurgle out of his mouth as he falls down, and this giant smile
Can't
that
see
starts
shit.
to pierce. But none of you can see it, but the rest of the audience can. So. And then without anything, the creature just engulfs by bugs just and then vanishes.
Oh, what?
Okay. Now what?
Oh, what?
Karis, you're up.
I'm grabbing the last remaining
The last one.
patient
And running out the back.
Yeah.
Okay. Run out the back. With everybody else. Where are you at, Karis? And you're grabbing the last patient.
Yep.
Flip her. Oh, that's you. Esapher, I need you to roll me a perception check, please. As you'd be the only one to see him drop.
Are you sure?
Never mind.
I've seen my people leave.
Yes.
Yep, you saw your people leave
It-
out the back door.
Is the back door past the stairs? Do I have to run past the stairwell to get to the back door?
No. It'd be before the stairwell.
Okay. Well, I think Karis is gonna get his wish. I'm gonna get within 15 feet of that stairwell and do a little burning hands and light this fucker up.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Cleanse it with holy fire.
Oh, God.
I'm that type of cleric.
As you release your burning hands upon the area, immediately it connects to the oils that were dropped there next to the stairwell as this eruption of fire just goes up the stairwell like a vacuum and just rips through, and you hear this out of the top area as some of the other items that were dropped in there were definitely flammable as well.
And all those bodies.
From the
Stage
back
left.
end behind you,
Or right.
as you guys have walked out the door, you hear the window from behind you just blast out.
Draft.
Oh, boy.
Right. Decimus, you are. All right. Decimus, you're up.
Yep,
Two.
I'm going to take a few glances around, see if I see any other buildings. Maybe like a shed or something.
Give me a perception check.
Anything to hide these people in. I don't see a whole lot of nothing.
Around here, it's really hard to tell. It's hospital's kind of off on its own. There is a stable that kind of sits in the distance, but it's hard to tell how far it's going to be and if it's going to be possible for you to get there in time.
Oh boy, I'm just gonna kind of hold off and wait to see where Carries wants to go before I just start running in some random direction.
Okay.
Can he hold his
Yes,
movement
yes.
action?
Yeah,
Okay.
he can hold his movement.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'm
So,
gonna hold my movement until.
Pacifer is going
goes.
is launched the fire. You saw that come out. Del, let me have your first.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I
actually,
thought I
nope,
was just
never mind.
dead.
I'm going
Yeah.
to.
No, you're not dead.
roll.
You're just unconscious right now.
Yep, I'm gonna.
I thought the bugs
Trust
took
me.
me and I left.
I've been.
No,
Like the
they
other guy.
they
No,
you
that
dropped
Beelzebub.
to the ground and then it went away.
Yeah, the bugs covered up Beelzebub and he disappeared.
Like Beelzebub.
Lord of
That's what
Flies.
That looks like kind of.
Well, I mean,
Whip crack with his rubber tail.
Okay.
And the beast was stunned. Be your angels.
People
So does a
chicken
scene
chicken,
from his life flash before his eyes?
Uh, actually, yes, it does. What scene flashes in front of your eyes?
Oh, me? Probably, probably the first time that in my mother's inn where she and my father were, probably the first time that it was kind of empty and my father took me on stage and opened up his violin case that has become such an important thing for me. And it's shattered, it's shoddy, it's beaten. The violin inside is kind of tattered and shabby, but it's always meant everything to Dell because it was such a huge part of his childhood and what made him who he was. And when his father left, it was the only thing that he left him. So that would probably be one of the things. Is the first time that he picked up the violin and the feel of the wood in his hands, and just that moment.
Very nice.
The creature. You start to hear the buzzing again near as it's kind of going over top of the hospital, and then it stops. I need the three of you to give me perception checks.
Oh god, no. My last one was bad. This one's got to be decent. Nope.
hopefully I have something good. No. Oh my
Nope.
Not a
Everyone
fucking
got a
girl.
10.
God. It's chasing us all.
Oh,
But I'm still
God.
inside, so
You're true. You're standing next to the door as the flames start to pick up in the area. Let's see here. Karis, you're up.
Yep. I'll do the same thing Decimus did. Look around, see if there's any sort of shelter, makeshift shelter that we can get to and lock him in. 22.
Hey, yeah.
22. You do notice there seems to be a shelter just about 100, 150 feet away. Also would give glance to the other sides of the hospital. It's to your left.
Alright, looking around. Decimus, this way. And then I'll just bolt off.
Yep.
So
I
as you
follow
as
behind.
you head towards the shelter, the small it's a shack, but it's hard to tell if it's a stable or a storage room, or a storage home, whatever it would have been. You head that direction, and you can see it seems to have not been boarded up. There seems to be two sets of windows and it's only a one-story building, and a door that's closed. As you get closer, and the door sits on the side of the building rather than the front where you would normally expect it.
So we're with a full movement action. We're halfway there, correct?
Halfway there. Yep.
Okay.
All right. Decimus, are you just following?
Yep, I am following.
All right, you guys keep track with each other. Essifer, now you've lit the fire
Get the hell
in the
out of the
hospital.
burning building.
You're gonna get what?
Get the hell out of the burning building.
I hope
Okay.
so.
So as you dip out the back door, now you watch as you start to see the flickers of flames in other parts of the building, but you see Decimus and Karis darting towards this other building a ways away.
Okay. Do I see Dell at all?
You do not where you're at. No.
I'm gonna go look for him.
No, that's not what Dell wanted.
Oh,
Yes,
well.
but Essifer would be the only character who would have definitely been more concerned. All right. So as you head around the edge, you still feel that strange lingering feel. Your stomach gurgles and something just doesn't sit right within you. As you take the turn around, you catch a lifeless Dell laying on the ground, completely just dormant of life, just solid right now. No movement, no creature around. But I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw, please.
You're gonna go down too.
Probably.
Oh boy. We don't need
Oh, I can't
everybody
see what
dead.
you're rolling.
Oh no.
Oh.
It's
I can't see what you're rolling.
I'm cringing
Uh,
here.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It's gonna be 4
Yes.
points.
That's not good.
Yeah.
4. Well,
4
so far, Ow.
As you
Oh, boy.
once again can feel the movement
Start
of the bugs as they come
bugs.
up your esophagus and out.
Mhm.
It's just liquid and bugs that just pour out of your
Of
mouth.
course. Why not?
Oh, this is so very pleasant.
Why
Can I at
not?
least get some chocolate to wash it down?
Want to look for it? All right, Dell. The save number 2.
Oh gosh.
He's got it. He's a survivor.
Come on, Dell.
He'll live.
You
If he doesn't, I'm gonna kill him.
hear his voice, your father's voice, as he starts to play a known song, something that soothes your mind as you sit there quiet. Okay. This time, as you guys moved to heading towards it, and as you do, you can see the creature just kind of, the shadows pour over top of you as the creature lands on the building.
This isn't good.
I don't like that.
I know.
I don't like that.
No
He's on
fair.
top of a burning building, though, right?
It was on top of a burning building. Do you watch it just leap like a gazelle or a goat of some sort and just and then just gracefully
Gazelle.
lands on top
Giselle.
of the building and kind of perches with like a 3-point stance and just glances at you, its staff in its other hand, staring at you.
Staring at the two of us, correct?
Staring at you too, yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
No.
Not at all.
Ferris, what do you do?
How far away is it?
About 80 feet.
Damn it.
Just outside of full range for a run. Well, at least a walk.
Okay. Alright, Decimus, we're not gonna outrun this guy. I'll put the woman down on the ground where she is. I'll walk 30 feet in front of her. And I'm just gonna hold or can I hold a spell action? If it...
You can.
Okay.
What are you holding?
I'm gonna... Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna lob fire at it. Why not?
There you go.
Okay. What are you throwing at it?
This is so intense. Damn you, James. This is too good. Fuck.
What are you throwing at it? Come on, man.
Oh.
What are we throwing at it?
Yeah. Firebolt. And I
Okay.
don't have it on my character sheet, so I gotta add 4 to this roll.
Okay.
So 20 to
Hits.
hit.
Oh,
Hit.
nice.
Okay. And then a D10.
Dang.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Okay, decent damage.
Okay.
Yep. And then I'm just gonna stand my ground.
Yeah.
So you
fair.
stand your ground, you release your hand, and you watch the fireball just straight off to it, and you can see parts of its hair-like mane that sits around its face just burn up, and then onto some of its skin, and it goes black and charred. All right, Decimus, you're up.
Okay. Since I don't have any cool ranged things to do, I am going to stand beside Carrie's, and I'm gonna hold an attack action with my maul for if he jumps in front of us, I guess.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna do the same thing that he did, where he puts the chicks down and then moves 30 feet away.
Okay. So you guys are placing
They're
The lady
behind us.
back
We're
Yep.
in
behind
front
you.
of it.
Okay.
Yep,
Yeah.
we're in between the ladies and Beelzebub.
Essifer.
Well, I'm hanging on, but I found Dell. And
Laying on
I'm
the
gonna hit him
ground.
with
You can
Spare the Dying.
see. Oh, there you go.
Spare the dying.
So before the life returns to your eyes, Dell, what is a happy moment that you were seeing?
So it actually starts out with a day that I was. It's a rainy day. I'm actually on my back in an alley, and there's 2 thugs above me just beating me, and I'm about to lose consciousness, and they're berating me for my makeup came off on stage while I was performing, and they could see that I was a blood touched, and they're getting ready to beat me to death, and then all of a sudden blood sprays across my face, and they both fall limp, and my father is standing behind them, and I hear the jingling of bells, and I know that I'm going to be okay, and then I pass out.
So as your mind drifts to this memory, and you can feel the pain as each punch, and as you hear the blade come loose of one of the men, all you hear is jing from a bell, and the man falls next to you, and the second one Your vision starts to blur. And for the third bell, now staring up at Esifer as she's looking down at you, hands placed on your chest as you are back. The smear of the blood kind of crossed your face as your final act, that moment. All right. Del, you're up.
I mean, I'm not dying, but am I still unconscious? I think Spare the Dying just stabilizes me.
Yes, you're stabilized.
Yeah.
All right, so
You're taking a good nap.
you just sit within that.
Yeah.
You sit within that memory until just everything goes to dark.
Yeah.
All right. Creature's turn. I need to do a jump. You're gonna watch as it starts to run towards you, and just about when it gets to about 30 feet from you, it kicks off the ground, leaves some of the ground moved as it jumps over top of you and lands next to one of the women.
Oh shit.
Probably just stay close to him.
Yeah, probably.
You weren't the
And you
intended
watch-
target, obviously.
And you watch as this elongated tail with barbed spikes that kind of stick off the edge of it start to wrap around the one woman and pick her up.
Is that its
Alright.
turn?
That's its turn. Karis.
Okay. I'm
You need to
running
throw
the
the
30
book at
feet
it.
back to it.
Okay.
No, this is my Hail Mary. Literally, if this doesn't work, I'm fucked. I'm just charging the demon.
Right.
The amulet on my book lights up. And I'm just gonna reach out my palm and touch it and just go, demon be gone, and cast inflict wounds at level 2.
And what is it?
Nice.
Inflict wounds?
If I hit, it's a 4d10.
It's necrotic,
Oh
right?
god, it's necrotic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no,
well.
it's gonna
Wait.
heal it.
I know,
Oh,
right?
It was such a good plan.
It was all I can do.
It was a good
So-
idea.
We'll see.
Keep our fingers
boy,
crossed.
No.
25 to hit.
25 does hit.
Damn it.
Oh yeah.
Ugh.
32. Is it damage? Is it health?
30 points. You watch as it doesn't seem you see it pierce it, and parts of its body start to writhe in pain, but it's not hitting nearly as much as you had expected.
Okay, just
Yeah,
resist
thank
It
this.
is still
At
Yeah.
least it didn't heal it.
Yeah.
no,
So after I see the demons still standing, I'll just kind of mutter, "Oh shit." That's it.
and you watch as the eyes go from this strange yellow to a hue of just morbid purple, because it's
Oh shit.
and now you all can see now the strange ruinous aura that sticks within this creature as parts of its body start to fall apart from this wound. And 30 feet from its range now, you can tell this just heavy aura of rot is affecting. I need you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense. Con save.
You're good at con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is not an ability check, so
Hey, pretty
You
good.
pass.
okay.
As you start to feel the same this strange feeling in your stomach, you and then he calms.
A little gaseous there. Sorry. I think I shit
A
my
little
pants.
The
gassy.
creature looks at you and turns its head a bit.
Oh god.
Do you speak Abyssal?
I speak. What language is it? I do. I do indeed
You
speak
do.
Abyssal.
Nice.
It looks at you and it says, "You are not my prey. But I will kill you."
Oh fuck.
And the rest
I
of you
make
hear
sure
it all
the
in
reply
Abyssal.
is in Abyssal as well.
Okay. And you watch as where you inflicted the wound at, just similar to how you saw Essifer and Del before pour out bugs. This is just pouring these maggots and roaches out and from its wound.
Not good.
All right. And that puts us at the beginning of the round. Decimus.
Perfect. I am going to rage
Okay.
and
You got to run into the stink path, though.
You go run straight into it. Yep. It's Ruinous Path.
who what now?
The Ruinous Path.
I never
It's
heard of that,
ruinous
but I'm
lore.
running. And as soon as I get to him, I'm gonna slap him with my maul real good.
Hey, can you give me a Constitution saving throw first, please?
I sure can. I'm pretty alright at those.
Uh-oh.
A 10?
So as you approach it, you have that feeling that bad night before brew feeling when you've drank way too much. But this time, as you start to vomit, you pour out the bugs, and flies start to just engulf out of your, or just pour out of your mouth.
How's your
So
health
you are
looking,
going to
Decimus?
hit, but
I ain't terrible yet.
you're going to take 4 points of necrotic damage.
-4.
Does he resist that?
No.
He
Damn.
does not resist necrotic damage.
Nope.
So, but you can thwack it.
Yes, I am going to attack it with my maul as
All
hard
right.
as I possibly can.
Okay.
That's pretty good.
19.
I'll take a
hits.
19. So let me roll my damage. That ain't good. That's gonna be 7 plus 3, so
Oh, yeah.
10.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we're chipping
And-
away. We're chipping away.
And
Straight into its chest, this hole just rips through, and you can see parts of its skeletal figure just shown now as the skin's torn away.
perfect. And also, whenever he tries to go to attack or something, Ancestral Protectors is a thing.
Okay. Essifer, standing over the body, has now stabilized. It seems to be calmer. You can see the breath going up and down on Dell's chest. For a moment there, things are okay.
On the other side of the building still, so.
Correct.
Help me!
Yeah, well, it's going to be a little bit of heal myself first.
Okay.
Come on, why is it not showing up? There it is. First, I'm going to cast it on myself.
Yeah. Don't see why
I'm
not.
getting a little low here.
Okay. Feeling good about yourself. There you go.
I am now above half,
There you
and
go.
then I'm
You
gonna.
feel,
I would.
feel
yeah.
some of the
Dang.
wounds start to just seal up, and
Maybe I'm not
your
barfing
stomach
up
starts
bugs
to
for a little
ease
bit.
a little bit. Yeah, the bad acid reflux is not kicking in, and heartburn isn't kicking in anymore.
Does anybody have some gum?
Sure, it's at the general store. I don't know what else is there, but always check.
I'm sure they got some.
That's my
makeshift gum.
action.
All right.
I don't think
Bonus
they really
action?
had
Just
Big
stay-
League Chew back then.
All right. Dell, you're still
Mint
breathing.
leaf,
Yeah, there's nothing I can do.
whatever that root is.
All right. And then as the creature sees you two, you can see it wrap around, kind of grab with one hand the other woman, and then with the other hand reach down and grab the second by the back of her patient's gown and gets ready to jump off. So, Decimus, you have a reaction.
Yes,
And Karis, I think
please.
you're too far away. So, oh wait, no, you wouldn't. You could
I
do your
don't have
reaction as
any-
well.
Yeah, he's in melee.
Yeah.
I
Isn't
Dab
its
Third
tail.
away?
What's that?
Is he's in melee?
He has to be because he used inflict wounds.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
He had
That's a
delay
great
on
spell.
them.
Hey, that's pretty good. 24.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a warcaster, so I'm using a spell.
Yay!
Okay.
He's getting the book this time.
I was gonna
The
say
book.
The book.
Hit him with the book.
Cast your ones on him.
Hey, I'll take a 16
why is
damage.
16 damage. He's looking rough.
Come on. Oh, he's got to make a
Gonna make the Constitution
con save.
Oh no, he's
Shit.
probably good at that.
Forgot. I know. I didn't even think about
Oh,
that.
Christ.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah.
20.
Damn.
My God.
Oh well.
And he killed the women.
Yep. You saved the doctor though.
The doctor and one of the
you
ladies
sure?
Yeah, you're right.
You should go back. The doctor's gone too.
No, make him a target too. Target him. Take him down.
No, as he landed, he just crushed the doctor and took all the ladies.
Oh God.
All right. As you reach to that point, you release the word of radiance, and nobody's been dropping.
No, there's no Lux right now.
Nope.
That's bummer. Bummer for y'all.
Yep.
You start to, as the creature grabs it and lifts off, Decimus tears into it. The one, as he flings away, the one wrapped around the tail continues to go with him. The other one falls to the ground. She hits the ground.
Could I do like
And
a
it leaps
Aim
dex
for
save to
about.
try and catch her on the way down?
Yeah, go for it.
We don't need to let a pregnant woman just drop down on the ground.
I think she's got bigger problems.
Would that be just a dex check?
Yep,
Wait, are they in the Stinkora too?
they are.
Yeah, we have been.
A 12?
Oh no.
They have.
No, I mean the pregnant women.
They are.
Oh yeah.
12. You
and their stomachs
slide
aren't great
across
anyway.
and grab it. As you do, you can see just as you grab a hold of the lady, you can see just bugs all over her body, but she still seems to be alive, just barely.
Covered in bugs and pregnant. She's bugnant.
She's bugged.
She doesn't have any
And
chest
as the
bursters,
creature
so we're good.
leaps off into the distance, away from the hospital towards towards the east, heading off into the forest.
Would you say he was
That
able to
George
jump in a
Mount.
single bound? 120 feet?
80, about 90.
Okay.
Jeez.
Or no, 80. Yeah, because his movement speed's pretty bad.
Damn.
Badass too.
That's really far.
Yeah.
So, yep. All right. So as the creature heads off to the east, that is where we'll take our break.
Oh, break time.
Yay,
Oh.
break time. Run
So
some ads.
we'll see everybody back here in about 5-10 minutes, and
5
we'll
Tabletop
continue our
Misfit
story.
minutes.
And then we'll offer off our candle.
Oh,
So-
That's not 5
yeah.
real minutes. That's 5 tabletop misfits.
Yeah,
Yeah, so 10 minutes.
It's somewhere around there. Yeah.
So make sure
Yeah.
that you just flood the channel with all your love of our channel, so that we can make sure that that links up to the algorithm, and then we'll offer up the giveaway after we get back.
Bugnet.
You have to have stuff in the
Alright.
chat for it to recognize
Yeah,
you.
there has to be stuff in the chat in order for it to recognize.
Yep. You
Yes.
have to talk.
Chapter talks.
All right, we'll be back.
All right. Bye.
Yeah, you back.
Bye. Keep moving outside the battle maps.
We back.
All right,
back?
and we're back. So,
Hey.
for our giveaway tonight, we will have.
Who's typing in the command?
Oh, I didn't. I thought we had already done this.
No, this
I
had
don't
not
know who
been
it is.
done.
This has not been
Drum roll,
done.
please.
It's
oh
us.
my god.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
It's still us.
Jeez.
I didn't write this algorithm.
Okay.
This algorithm is crap.
Yeah, the
It's
algorithm
me!
kind of stinks.
Matt.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
Toto.
Toto!
It doesn't matter. You're lucky.
I got
It's
one.
Yeah, but you don't have a Misty Step one.
I want a Misty Step one.
We're gonna get you
Okay.
enough to build your own menorah if you want.
A menorah out of D20 shaped
D20s?
Why
No,
not?
it's
They're
gonna
candles.
be a D&D shrine.
Aren't they like
Right.
thin tapers?
They are.
As long as there's 13 of them.
Well, that's true too.
I know
Wait.
someone who would completely do that, so come on.
Wait, I thought menorahs had 9.
Is it 9?
I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
9.
I don't know.
I think it's
been a while.
9.
Well, it's 9.
It's either 9 or 11.
I don't know, man. I just work here.
There's one that goes in the middle. That's all I know. There's one goes in the middle and the same amount on the other side.
Yeah, something about the oil lasted more days than it should have, and
Yeah.
The,
I don't
what?
know. It's,
Now you
I'll tell you the
lost
story
me.
I
off.
do
if you guys
know
would have just,
someone
if you guys
who
would
would
have just
totally
lit the
do it.
menorah, the the monster would have disappeared, and you guys never would have had to deal with it.
After stream, we'll do another stream where we just talk about cool stuff from history.
By lighting the menorah, do you mean lighting up the building?
That's the one big candle in the middle.
That's one. You still got 8 more to light.
Ah, so we needed to light
Wait a
9
minute,
buildings
no,
on fire.
This is what the third and fourth building we've lit, though. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
but not
Yeah,
in
but not in the town.
Yeah. They got to be in a straight row, too, so.
On
Yeah.
our adventure, so.
I think menorahs would do well in Xayathe because it's like a candelabra with an apostrophe in the middle. Because it's got that one that's taller.
Yeah.
Or on its stalk.
Right.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
Where did that dog go?
So as we
That
all
dog
right,
just ran
so
away, I guess.
12 tones. Congratulations, you get another candle. Hoping this one is amazing because it's called Misty Step and it looks really cool. So we'll have send your address to Esper, and
Unless she's
she
already
will
got
You
it.
get
have it
to that person.
already.
Hey, people don't know this. Stop it. I don't keep these things. What are you talking about? That's like weird.
Who keeps information?
No, never.
I sell everybody's information I know to Google.
No wonder I keep getting spam.
You don't have
calls.
to.
Yep, Google takes all
You
my
should-
information anyway.
Actually, just giving my fake information from now on. Heck with this. All right. So as the creature moves away from you guys all, you have one more chance before it gets out of complete range. I'm guessing.
Well, I can't run fast enough
what are
to
you guys
catch up
doing?
to it.
I think I might have 2, but I'm taking my full speed 30 feet to get closer, so I should be 50 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lob a fire bolt at it.
Zoom.
Thought he was gonna say fireball, and I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
There goes the lady too at the same time.
That's right. Oh, good lord. Damn it. Oh.
Right next to it. All right.
Yep.
Esper, are you doing anything? It's gonna go another 80 feet here very soon. Actually, it's gonna go a lot farther than that because it's gonna go 80 feet and then run 40 additional.
Oh, no.
What?
Oh, can I still catch it?
It gets 120 feet here shortly.
Come on, surely its movement speed is reduced because it's carrying 3 humans.
No.
It's not carrying 3
Two
humans. It's only carrying 1, and it's wrapped around its barbed tail.
Oh, I thought it had the other pregnant.
No, the
No.
other one they made her drop.
Yeah, I smacked him real hard and he kind of oofed and then jumped
okay.
away.
Good.
So just one. 2 out of 3, 60%. That's still a win.
If they're still alive.
That's not a
I
fail.
don't know if
yeah.
you survived
Oh, no.
pregnancy.
Oh no!
She's gone.
Wait for it to refigure itself.
Yeah.
Oh no!
Discord must have updated on her.
Yeah.
Oh, is Essifer gone?
Does she
Yeah,
even
she's gone.
open up Discord like once every month?
Yeah, kind of.
I think she plays once a week.
No, she doesn't. She's at least here weekly, and she goes on other channels.
I think she just has bad internet.
I
Well,
think
no,
she
because
is.
she always says that her Discord is updating, and mine
get that
updates like
50
once every 3 months. Like,
Yeah, she needs to get that 50-foot cable. Telling you that's how it works. All right. So now that we
Pandora.
out
have,
of whack though.
yeah, we're a little out of whack, but we'll be okay. It'll come back here shortly.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You guys-
So while we're doing this, Esper, are you doing anything, or are you going to?
It was 120 feet.
All right. Can I still see the stupid thing?
You can still see the stupid thing at this moment.
Okay. Hopefully my foundry will cooperate. Along with my Eldritch Blast, I have Eldritch Spear, which gives me a 300-foot distance.
That seems like a bullshit spell.
Ah,
It's
There
my
look at
speed.
you.
Perfect.
I
How much damage does it do?
Same amount as normal Eldritch Spear. Or
What the
Eldritch
hell?
Blast.
That's amazing.
Right?
That's amazing.
Sneaky players right there. I'll tell you what.
It's not sneaky.
Is she
That
outside
damn
though?
sniper feed.
I just can't do any rolls from here because
Why would you
my
ever
right now.
take? Why would you
No.
ever cast Eldritch Blast? Just take
Somebody
Elder
roll a
Spear.
d20.
Because
But you
spears
need
or her.
Eldritch Blast.
and it just deers the Eldritch Spears is the invocation, which
I see.
Yeah.
increases the blast to 300 feet.
That makes sense.
Because we didn't realize that Bessifer took another class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not know that.
Yup.
Good thing you did.
Sneaky over there.
I really considered doing
It
Absurd with
was
Dell.
okay and said fine.
I'm
I knew the
totally
whole
going
time.
I mean,
full
you
barbarian.
probably could have pulled it off, honestly. I'm absurd.
I really considered doing that. Just dipping one level of everything just to piss James off.
I want to know what sort of backstory you would have come up for that, though.
I can come up with something.
I could come up with something.
It's just I'm a
You
bard.
could.
And nobody. You start out as a bard and no one likes you because you're a bard, and so you just get kicked out of everything else.
You gotta be a halfling though. You gotta
Well,
be a halfling,
I'm
the jack
gonna
of all
have to roll
trades,
the Gooey dice
master of none.
because
That's
my
okay, we trust you.
technology totally wigged out on me. All right, you said let's do D20, right?
Yep,
Where it
d20,
went?
please.
You can do
19. 19 hit.
19 does hit.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Now where's my D10? And that is a 6. Plus whatever my thing is. I don't know. I don't remember what the modifier is.
Do you have the one that lets you add your charisma bonus as an
I don't think
invocation?
so. No, she has the spear. So it's just
No.
Then it's just
I have
flat
the
D10.
spear.
just 5. Yeah.
I
so
think it's straight D10. I'm just going to scroll up and
It
look.
is.
Because remember,
Yep, it's just a d10.
it's a 6.
6. All right. It crashes into the beast as it jumps. Gets ready to jump once more. It's going to go another 120 feet. It's not dead yet. It's close. You guys are getting close to this end of this beast, but it is heading deep into the forest. At this point now, it is out of visual range. So even casting Eldritch Blast is going to have to do with a distance. It just went 120 feet into the forest, off to some unknown location. Right. Harris, anything? Final action? Nothing?
No, you're all gonna hate me for it. I'm just full sprinting at it 60 feet. I'm following the fucker.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Yep.
I don't think you can mathematically catch it.
I can't.
It's going to gain 60 feet every time.
Uh-huh.
Right.
Yep. That's what I'm doing.
Don't get lost in the woods.
Decimus?
I definitely can't keep up. I'm just gonna make sure that the two ladies that are still here are good.
As the creature gets out of the range, you notice that the ladies kind of seem to be regaining composure and, aren't coughing up bugs anymore. It seems to be whatever lingers within this creature itself is what's giving off this.
So this thing just gets
This
people bugging it by its presence?
That's right. By its presence.
So it sounds like you two lured it back to the hospital.
What?
Because you started throwing up bugs, so you ran back to the hospital.
What?
And it followed you.
It didn't follow us. It just showed up.
No, the bugnant thing is only when you're near it.
I think that place is just screwed now.
No.
And just
I'm blaming
it's
you
Bug
two.
City.
Blaming you
Don't
two.
blame
We
Here
didn't
go,
have to
blame-
burn down the hospital before, but now we do.
I think
Oh,
we have to
yes,
salt and
blame-
burn the town.
Salted.
Oh boy.
All right. So as you guys let off the chase, other than Karis, who seems to be in a dead sprint up at
I'm
least
still
to the tree
unconscious.
line, Dell's
Yes.
still unconscious.
Decimus, you have an advantage
Hey.
for being
Miss
dumb.
Flowers logic. All
All right.
right. So what are
Need
you guys
fight.
doing? Dell is still unconscious. Karis is rushing headfirst into the forest tree line.
Yep.
I totally can't catch up to it, so I ain't.
Essifer and or Decimus is making sure that everything is
Yep.
well back here with the other women, and Essifer is currently spinning.
I'm so glad that we put someone who is so capable of medicine in charge of the pregnant women.
Yes.
Dr. Decimus.
Dr.
And Dr. D.
Dr. D.
Nice.
All right. That's as far as you guys are going. Karis, you're at the end of the tree line. You've lost sight of this creature. Roll me a perception check, please.
Okay.
I would be with you, buddy.
I'm gonna use my advantage on this. Did it
Oh,
roll?
jeez.
It did.
Yep, you did get a 13.
No, to steal his own joke. Decimus moonlights at the strip club as Dr. ED.
Nice.
Anyway.
Oh, boy.
All right. Karis, even pulling the divine connection with your god, you seem to focus as you're looking around, gathering some sort of grasp on where this creature might have went to, but it is lost within the forest.
Okay. Last thing I'm gonna do then. Actually, no.
Set the forest on fire.
Yeah, that's it.
That'll get him.
It'll die. I
I
will
hate
catch
that.
this thing.
We don't live here. It doesn't matter. We'll never come back this way.
Can I
Oh, boy.
look at the tree canopy and see if there's any maybe damage to branches where the creature might have been jumping off?
I don't think you're that tall.
Yeah, no. Not with that perception, because that's what you would have needed in order to gather where the direction would be.
Okay, fair enough. Then in that case, I'm just gonna shoot a blind message to where I last saw the creature heading.
What are you saying to this creature?
He's
In abyssal, I'll say, "We will find you, and we will kill you." And then that's it. And then obviously I'm going back to
Head
the
back.
party because I can't fucking do shit.
No, this is just another demon we've loosed on the world. He's gone.
So you guys are on 3. You guys are what? Up to what? 3 now?
This is 3 for 3 right now.
3 for
Yeah.
3
Maybe-
of
we
no
didn't
maybe
turn
this
this
is
one
only a-
loose. It was already there.
Maybe this was like a holiday special one, and he clocks out after the Day of Ruin.
Maybe. I guess you'll find out.
He does have Ruin Path.
True. If you,
Maybe
as you
he's
guys
heading to
head
Moose
back
Darren.
towards, might be, you never know. As you guys head back towards the, Karis, as you head back towards the hospital and you see the rest of everybody gathering around, you guys are, things are quiet. The creature
No, I
has,
gotta heal Dell
left.
first.
okay.
Dell's still unconscious.
Mm-hmm.
I could have helped you, Karis, but I was unconscious.
I mean, it kind of seems like there's not any threat left, so I'm just gonna go back to the hospital with the Two
You mean the
pregnant
It's on
ladies.
fire.
building?
Oh shoot!
It's
on
never
fire.
mind. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to this. I'm gonna go to the stable we were running towards originally.
Okay.
There might be zombies there too.
It's
Hey,
worth a look.
Getting our war wagon's probably the best thing.
Yeah, but how far away from the hospital is the war wagon, though? That's the question. We put it in some random stable.
So it's in the stables next to the inn.
That's a long
So
way to
that's
go
the
back.
inn. The
That's
inn's a
where we
ways
saw
away.
the zombie.
That's where you saw the zombie. Well, you saw the zombie next to a another building, kind of keeled over, like hunched over.
Yeah, I
Maybe we
think
should take a rest
Yeah, maybe not
so
where
that
there
I
might
can
be zombies.
walk.
So you can what?
so you can walk. I think what we need to do is we need to regroup and then go to the war wagon. Sounds
And
like a
hope
good
our
plan.
horses are still there.
I kind of hope they're zombies.
So as you head into so you get up to the small shack, and you can see that the door is locked shut. Windows seem to be somewhat fogged over, dusty. Room doesn't seem to be. I mean, the area doesn't seem to have been used in a while.
Finally, it reconnected.
Hooray!
Hooray.
Awesome.
There, 12, Del.
Thank you. I'm alive and I can move again.
Hooray.
Still less health than I have.
Yeah, I have 12 hit points. I got healed from 0 to 12. What is your problem, Pessimist?
I'm just saying, I'm good on health. I don't know why you guys keep having this
This is
problem.
why they call you Dr. ED. You're compensating for something with your hit points. All right.
Oh god.
I guess we're just leaving?
I'm going to that shack, stable, house. I don't know.
We need to go find our wagon and see if our horses are still alive. And not
Just going to-
zombified.
Run to the wagon, or
I mean, are we taking the
Yeah.
women?
Might be a
We can
shambles.
Do.
I mean,
Take the women, go to the wagon, maybe find this thing.
that could be considered kidnapping.
No, we're not going to steal them from the town. We're going to hold them until daytime.
They meet our demands.
Hey, we're nice kidnappers. We won't want the best for them, all right?
we're trying, right?
No.
You're trying.
No demands.
it's
We're
one
just waiting
shack,
till
you're right.
daytime.
You guys can take them in the shack and do with what you will.
No,
Yeah.
no. We're gonna wait until daytime when all the zombies go night night. And
It is daytime.
It is
No, it's not.
daytime, and for
It's-
some reason
it's
there's still
currently
this
daytime.
strange purplish hue over the sun at the moment.
Oh, I
Yes,
thought we were
it is
saying that it
daytime.
was almost daytime.
That was
No.
hours ago.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We started this adventure in
at
morning.
daybreak. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mind you, combat's a little wonky with the whole time thing, but even outside of combat, it's been hours since daybreak. But
Yeah,
for
it's
some
like
reason, there's
noon.
this purplish glow to the day.
Stop saying for some reason. It's because it's day of ruin.
That's right, because it's the day of ruin.
It's purple day.
One,
It's purple day.
I got a quick question.
Sure.
Has it been a whole day since the rat situation?
Yes.
Did you have me roll a d8 or what was that?
I did. Yes, you had already helped yourself at that point.
I did not.
No, he didn't. Karis
Oh, no,
helped
you-
me, but he didn't
That's right.
help.
He helped you, didn't help himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
Yep.
take another 3 points of
Of maximum
look at
hit
you
point
being
damage.
honest. Look at you being honest here.
I've been waiting for this.
I can't believe you remembered that.
I've remembered for the past
been a
4
month.
weeks.
Too.
I've remembered every session since the rats.
That's crazy.
I think one of the reasons Dell behaves so erratically is he forgets what happens every 2 hours. And so
Yeah.
he never knows how he's going to react
I
to
don't
new
know.
situations.
Yeah, because we just sometimes have r/shower thoughts.
Yeah. Maybe.
Oh,
What do I
boy.
do with Britt
All right.
today? Do I tell him he's okay or do I ruin his life?
Well, it's the day of ruin, so I think you should tell him everything's fine.
Yeah. So
Everything's
we're going back
normal.
to the wagon, right?
If we're
Yes.
all
Yeah.
met together, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh.
we'll get together and head back to the wagon. Now that
Let's
Joe
also,
can get
like-
up on his feet.
Since this town is dead, let's gather up all the iron we can before we leave so that we can start building platings for this thing in case this happens in future.
I mean, are there really just plates of iron just hanging around on the street?
no, we're just gathering up scrap iron and then we'll take them to a blacksmith and then they'll make sheets
Right,
and
but
then they'll
the
armor
problem with that is the whole town is filled with zombies. I don't think that's gonna be an
We'll
easy
run them over with our
pilfer.
steel wheels.
We just. How about we wait till tomorrow? The people are still dead, so we'll just take all the stuff and then we can
Yeah,
leave.
yeah. that
So
sounds like a
here's
good idea.
the only thing I would add to that plan is what if the zombies can smell us and they come and attack us?
That's why we have watch.
The time is zombie. Zombie time.
I may not be an expert on the day of ruin, but I'm pretty sure someone told me that all zombies clock out at the
At
stroke of
midnight.
midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
but
I
that
think
was
we're good.
that was not true though. We
Instead of
found out.
clocking out at midnight, they got worse at midnight.
But-
See,
So
we
next-
mistook these
Today
next-
is
guys.
the day of ruin.
Next
We mistook
midnight,
these guys
they're gone.
as monsters, but they're actually assholes. And like I said, monsters clock out at midnight, but assholes are always on duty.
Duty.
So
But James, correct me if I'm wrong. Today is the day of ruin, correct?
Today is
Yes.
the day of ruin. Yes.
So then, technically, at midnight when things got worse, just means that they got on shift. So we gotta
Yeah.
survive till
yeah,
midnight.
So we're a day.
then we're good. We'll
but
just
that's
fall
still
down
like,
dead or something.
but
We're
like in
just a day
6
off.
hours, we almost died. The pregnant women almost died, and the doctor definitely should be dead if he's not. And we've still got 12 more hours to go before midnight.
Uh-huh.
Right.
So, double that amount of shit could happen between now and midnight.
But you see, the problem is, you guys ran to the inn and brought Beelzebub back. So
Nope.
that's where
we
things
didn't
went
see
wrong.
Beelzebub.
Yeah, you might not have seen him, but he followed you.
He wasn't there.
No, he
Right,
was
yeah,
there for the
zombies
pregnant
Cinderella.
ladies.
No.
Yeah, he said he
you-
came for the pregnant ladies.
I think he followed you and just happened to run into some pregnant ladies. Totally different. I don't think he just has a sniffer to be able to sniff out pregnant ladies.
I think he probably
I
can.
don't think that's how that works.
He probably sent the bugs out and the bugs found him. Like,
No, I don't think so.
I had this friend in spy school named Shino Ibrahime. and he just
Shino
had bugs.
Grigio.
He sent him out to go get stuff.
Shino
It's a Naruto
Grigio.
reference.
Yeah, it's a Naruto reference.
I'm still calling him Shino Grigio.
Okay, how about we get everybody to the wagon, we take the wagon, go into the woods, find the demon, kill the demon, and then our problems are over.
Well, I have 12 hit points.
Uh-huh.
How many
You're
spell
not
slots
looking
do you
too
have?
good.
I mean, I can cast my basic spells. There should
So,
be enough.
You can only cast the parlor trick.
We did a pretty gnarly number to him while you were up front doing
Yeah.
whatever you were doing.
Maybe
mean-
he heals.
I still got a lot of
he
hits
has a better
left on
chance
my
of
maul.
healing the longer we leave him alone.
Also, we can't take a wagon into the woods.
Can we
mean-
though? It's got steel wheels.
Have you been into the woods before?
It's got steel wheels.
Not all woods are created equally. I see a lot of sparse.
Can I
sparsity
get the
between
4
those
of you to
trees.
roll me perception checks, please?
Oh god.
Oh, this is not good.
Is it gonna be to see that the woods are dense? Is that what we're rolling?
Oh no!
Like,
Came
No
back
one's
with
gone
that.
into labor.
Oh no! None of those are good.
Nope.
The 14's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fortune's
If
it's
I
okay.
have the
okay.
highest perception check, that's sad.
But it also makes sense. You're not bickering.
Yeah. Bickering over how dense the fucking woods are.
Is this like the whole pickaxe thing again?
Yeah.
Always. It's always the whole pickaxe thing. What are you talking about?
If we had kept the pickaxes, that would have made great iron sheets.
You
It
wanted
could
to
have.
leave them.
I wanted to keep some of them.
Yeah, and
I
now
didn't
they're all
want him
gone.
to carry them on his body at all times.
Now they're all gone.
Essifer, as the rest of you are sitting there, you can hear the cracking of the wood inside of the hospital as the top floor kind of falls in to the bottom floor, and
But it's
The
still
roof
on
caved.
fire, right?
it's still on fire at the moment.
Great job, guys.
It's like it's still on fire.
Hey, just out of curiosity, why did you guys decide to set that on fire when the bug man was chasing you?
I didn't set anything on fire. I know I'm the culprit most of the time, but it wasn't me.
Why did you set it on fire? I just thought of that.
We didn't know.
There was all those bugs, and we knew there were zombies upstairs, so it needed to burn.
You know, she's got a great point. That I would have set it on fire too, honestly.
Those zombies died really easy. I'm just saying.
You would have set it on fire for less. What do you mean?
I mean, let's be honest. I'm willing to set the whole town on fire at this
I'm
point.
kind of with you at this point. Let's just set this one on fire and move on.
Are these pregnant ladies awake?
No, they both
Okay.
completely passed out at this point.
Okay, good.
God.
'cause I'm,
But the
I was
doctor
gonna
I'm
can
so
say-
hear
glad I was
everything.
unconscious for this. I thought he was dead.
The doctor is like hiding behind a tree right now, like away from you guys.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably a fair
Fair.
reaction.
I'm still
Yeah.
pretty sure he's guilty.
I mean, he just watches us fight off a Beelzebub, and then we just walk away and just start arguing about senseless stuff.
He's just letting you guys argue. He's like,
What's going on?
Look, you live with us now. You're our staff doctor. Get to healing us. We've got to go
Oh,
save
boy.
everybody else, or whatever. Maybe gather some scrap metal.
he just kind of walks around you guys and pulls out a small iron key and opens up that door. Says, well,
To what? To
Why
Why
the
do you have
burning
key to
hospital?
this?
no, he goes into the small shack next to it.
Why do you have the key to this?
Because
It belongs to the hospital?
it belongs to the hospital? Yeah.
You sure have got a lot of information that would have been useful, like long
long
ago,
time,
and
yeah.
I don't like that you.
I
weren't
was not going to
sharing.
interrupt the rest of you arguing. In all
Well, no,
honesty,
before the
because you
arguing,
left,
like before the hospital got burned down.
Yeah, even then, there was information you could have shared.
I was more worried about the patients. I didn't think about it. I apologize.
Were you? Because you were locked up in a tiny room hiding. You weren't worried about the patients then.
Well,
Listen,
a bit of a
the
coward. I
doctor
apologize
is
for that.
one of us yet. Don't start bickering with him just now. We need him to
No,
do
he
other-
works for us now.
That's
So
not
what's in this
official.
shack?
He hasn't signed anything.
Because, you know, we do need we could use an extra healer.
Yeah.
What's in the shack?
And his old job is he got fired from his old job.
Oh, God.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Dunch. He'll be here all week. Be sure to tip your waiters.
Oh,
Oh man.
All right. Well, what's in here? Is there anything useful?
uh,
Well, that's what I'm trying
get
to find
some-
out.
He starts pulling out different. He starts going through some of the cabinets and barrels, and it's just random assortments of stuff. A lot of it is extra linens, cloths like that, but he does have a small container in there of medicinal items.
Healing
Well,
potions?
salves, or not normal healing potions, but
Yeah, not
he was
healing
going to hand.
potions.
Yeah.
Well, it was worth
Normal
an ask.
hospital things.
Yeah.
But he is going to give you each what seems to be a mixture of medicinal herbs, and it's nothing big, but it might help with some of your wounds.
The
And it's going
cellar
to give
upset
you.
stomachs.
It's going to eat, yeah, and it'll settle the upset stomach thing. So it's be 1d4 for each of you.
We call those Senzu beans.
Yeah, it's a Hinsubi.
So is that 3 for all of us,
So
or do we each
it's 3
roll
for
a
everybody.
d4?
Yeah, no, it's 3 for everybody.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and try to go through for each
Well,
of
that
them.
puts me pretty close to full, I guess.
So
Jesus,
So it-
what is your
so we each roll 3d4. Is what you're saying?
No,
No.
you each got 3 health.
Oh, we.
Yeah. He
Okay.
rolled the 1d4,
Hero. Yeah.
and that's what we get.
Should we bicker with James now?
Gotcha. Yeah. Right.
Um,
In character, we
Yes,
argue with
Much
the
as I can
DM.
do.
Are you
argue with the
arguing
DM.
with the narrator?
Yeah.
This little Cuzco moment right here.
tell everybody how many health points I have, narrator.
Like in George of the Jungle, but okay.
So what's the plan now? What do you guys want to do? Let's take a vote and start making actionable choices.
I mean, we need to kill that demon.
Ooh.
I feel like that's our best course of action.
Finding survivors would be not a bad option.
Well, you don't really get a vote.
Welcome, Raiders.
Picking-
Hey, welcome in. Welcome in.
Hey!
Welcome.
We're bickering with the NPCs.
Yes, we
We're
are.
bickering at the moment.
And the
so
And each
welcome
other.
to the- and each
All
other.
right. So the guy with no votes votes that we rescue the townsfolk who are definitely all zombies.
Yeah, they're probably all
And-
zombies.
We don't know if they're all zombies. We need to find out for sure.
I mean, we got to deal with 2 pregnant ladies, so.
We know there's at least a few people still at the inn.
How do we know
Is there
that?
though?
I mean, that's where you left from,
Do
right?
you know?
Yeah, I thought
Yeah,
They
but
were
the-
alive then.
Right.
There
But,
also weren't zombies then.
yeah, I think that's the problem. Is if we weren't at the hospital would have been overran, and the inn would have been fine. But now the inn is probably not fine, and the hospital's also not fine.
It would make it much worse. I feel like you would have just killed one person and then left, and not like killed all of us
Oh
too.
man.
So, didn't you run back to the hospital, to the inn? Wasn't that the whole point of you leaving?
No, no, there were bug zombies, and we threw up bugs, so we left.
Yeah, someone grabbed us and then he turned around.
We didn't even get that far.
No,
They got barely out of the perimeter of the hospital before
Oh
Del
man.
erupted zombies out of his mouth and then yelled at a guy who was lurched over and decided to
entire
attack.
zombies.
he was. What do you mean decided to attack? He was a bug zombie. Was I
He was a
supposed
bug
to
zombie.
negotiate? Hey, stop being a bug zombie, guy.
Oh, okay.
But
Oh,
all right,
God.
so you want to go kill something that we don't know where it's at in the woods.
I'm sure it'd be pretty easy to find.
You want to drive the wagon through the woods somehow.
I think we should just go to the wagon. We'll
Yeah.
wait until midnight
Okay.
when all the union workers clock out for the day of ruin.
Hunker down here
Monsters clock out at
until
midnight.
Yeah,
we
then we'll leave.
All right. Essifer?
Want to get
She's
the hell
dead.
out of Dodge.
Okay. So she just wants to leave.
I mean, we can't leave and kidnap these 2 pregnant ladies.
I don't think they want to
It's
stay
not really
behind
a
behind
town
with the
that they're
zombies, you know.
staying
Maybe we should go
Just-
make sure that there's not actually still a town.
yes, probably
Well,
the
I
best.
mean, I think we have to go into
Nobody
town
asked
to
you.
get to the wagon anyway.
Just taking his ideas.
All right, we're going into town. We're getting the wagon.
And we're also going to scavenge for metal.
And survivors.
So you're going to raid
No,
the town.
not so much the survivors.
Yeah. That's like a side quest.
Yeah, that's an optional quest.
Yeah. Raiding the
You
town
heard it?
seems better
It's
first.
just gonna close itself off once we exit the town. It's fine.
So am I Are we all going with you, or am I staying here with the ladies? What's the plan? Since
You
apparently
stay-
I don't have a vote.
No, you work for us now.
you should definitely stay here with the
We-
ladies. We'll come by with the wagon to pick you up.
Lock the door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's a quarterstaff. Protect yourself.
He reaches and grabs his. All right.
So he's staying
We'll be
here with the
back.
pregnant ladies?
He's got a staff. He's fine. He's good. He can lock a door.
If you say so.
Are either of the pregnant ladies conscious?
No,
They're both
passed
unconscious.
out.
I'll go to the doctor. Do you think it would help if I left my teddy bear with you guys to comfort you out?
Jesus.
Oh no!
The horrific looking teddy bear.
We're gonna come back and there's just gonna be blood splatters just everywhere.
I don't know. He's been with me
Looks
for a
at the
while.
just-
He's pretty chill.
Roll me a persuasion check.
I've also decided that Dell has like stitched a dagger into its hand.
God.
Oh jeez.
So for those who don't know,
That's ridiculous.
the teddy bear can be left behind, but always shows back up in your stuff.
22.
Sure. I don't know how this is comforting, but those eyes are uncomforting.
Yeah, he's always watching.
Always.
It should be
set
pretty
him
useful
over-
right now.
Just set him over there.
And he can sense traitors, so don't betray us, or he'll find you.
Jeez.
Roll me an intimidation check or deception. Well, yes, intimidation. Let's go with that.
Do I get advantage because it's a teddy bear with a knife?
Yes, you get advantage because it's a
Oh,
teddy bear with a
gosh.
knife.
Oh jeez.
Critical.
What are the odds you roll a 1 and a
That's how he
20?
gets a critical hit.
You can see the absolute horror on this man's face as you place it in the corner and make sure it's facing him as he's trying to find bedrolls and other types of linens to kind of keep the other two ladies that are passed out in the comfortable. All right. I think we're good. That thing scares the hell out of me,
Yep,
but
it should.
Kind of the point.
It's fine. It's got a knife. It'll protect you guys.
Unless you betray me.
But it'll protect you guys.
all right, you all leave, come back.
Yeah.
We'll get the
Okay.
hell out of here.
Yes. Confirm everyone's dead. Got it.
As you four leave, you hear the door shuts, and he uses you can hear this as he shoves the quarterstaff up to kind of jar the door shut.
Real quick before we leave, I want to walk over to the corner of the building where I left the teddy bear and go, "Don't betray master," and then
Oh,
leave.
Jeez.
Roll me hold on, let me see. if
Dell
you-
his advantage.
Hey.
Nice.
Oh gosh.
Because Jinx is pleased.
Yeah.
You hear a slight shriek come from it.
And then I'll just walk away.
Okay. So
All right.
as you four head into the town, where are you guys heading? There's
We're-
multiple buildings. There's where
We
you
need
saw
our wagon.
the
Yeah.
zombie, where
I
the
think
wagon
we're going
is.
to
there's
where the wagon
inn.
is.
Well,
Okay.
should we not split up, look for
Nope.
the metal, and then meet up at the
No,
wagon?
We're,
Or
we're
we could
gonna go
just
get
not do the
wagon.
metal at all and just go to the wagon.
We're gonna go get the wagon.
Yeah, let's get
I'm
the
gonna
wagon
go-
first.
I'm gonna break off, and I'm gonna go check the inn.
Oh bloody hell!
That's where we're going next. We're gonna get the wagon and then the inn.
Isn't
Yeah,
the
but I guess
wagon
I'll meet
at
you
the
guys-
inn?
All right.
I don't
Oh
know.
god.
He rolled the dice.
Here we go again.
No, you don't need to. You're good at the moment. I'm just
Here
helping
we
you guys.
go again.
All right. So as you leave the perimeter of the burning hospital now, and you can see the smoke billow from behind you, and you head into the very eerily quiet town of Shuganshire. You can see as you pass through that first intersection where the burnt corpse that's now turned to ash lays there on the ground. Rooms, any of the other buildings around here seem to be boarded up completely. The windows are boarded. Areas where they accidentally left out food has been completely rotted. You can see bugs flying around, and it's just this putrid smell of rot.
See, it smells like everybody's dead.
All right.
Yeah.
So, you're all heading to the inn. Somebody veering off. What's the plan?
Well, apparently we're going
Wagon.
to the stables, but
Yeah.
Karis is going to
I'm
the
going
inn.
to the inn.
Okay.
I'll
as
go
you
to
all
the end
head-
with Carries. I'm not gonna let him go
Okay.
alone.
So, you guys head down the intersection towards the inn, and you get to the edge of the intersection where everything seems to split off and branch away, and you see building after building boarded up. Creatures have fallen ill and died around the area. Anything that's you can see animal wise is no longer living. Doesn't seem to be moving, and bugs seem to buzz around it. As you pass by a tree that also seems to have wilted somewhat throughout the afternoon, it's now that we're approaching afternoon, you can see now scratch marks against the inn walls. The two of you veer off behind it towards the stables, where you see your war wagon sitting dormant, quiet. Who wants to start? You guys want to do stables first or inn first?
I don't care.
It don't matter to me.
All right, Karis, Decimus, you come up to the door. Same field that you saw when you left it the first time. All the doors or all the windows are boarded up, and the door is currently closed.
I'm gonna just knock on the door. Hey, anyone in there?
Yes.
Oh shit!
Yes, we're
you
here.
guys are alive. Wow.
I thought
Good
you guys
luck.
might be dead.
Yeah. Good thing we checked.
I thought you were dead.
Oh no, we're fine.
Oh, weird world. Hey, so
We're fine.
Good
Everybody's
news.
fine.
everything's dead. Bad news. There's no town left, so we're gonna get everybody on our wagon and get out of Dodge.
There's no town left.
Yeah.
You're hearing this kind of mumbled sounds coming from behind
I don't
the
know if
doorway.
I'd say there's no town left, but
Tell them the monsters burned the hospital down.
You hear like you hear like furniture being moved behind it as for a moment, and then it's silence for a second, and then this creak kind of open as maybe a eighth of an inch as an eye looks out and looks around.
Twist and wave.
Town looks. Can you move?
Oh, we can. Everything's dead. Everybody. So yeah, we need to go. And I'll step out of the way.
He looks around and he sees that everything seems to be quiet and dormant. You can see a dead animal on the side of the road, but other than that, how do we know you're not? Well, at this point, it doesn't matter.
can we
And he
even
opens the door.
fit that many people on the wagon?
Also,
You can now
also,
see just about 24 people kind of crammed into this inn. Mostly like tables sitting in front of the doorway where they've made a secondary barricade just in case.
Also,
Now what?
this isn't just this village that's screwed. It's the entire world right now.
Now what?
You know, best thing is probably to take your belongings, come with us, we'll drop you off somewhere, and you can make a new village. How does that sound? You got about a year to prepare, right? Should be fine.
I don't.
Try to stay as.
I think it's
I mean,
best
this
that
is
they
normal
just
for.
stay barricaded. Honestly.
I mean, We have only a few more hours left before this is over, right?
Did anyone in here have like a pregnant wife or anything in the hospital?
Pregnant.
You kind of look around, and one guy says, we know of one, but I don't think it's anybody here.
Oh, that's
Maybe check some of the other buildings.
Okay. Well, I mean, there's two of them alive. We were able to save a couple. But yeah, monsters, man.
Yeah. So, anyways, I think we should definitely get going because there's still something lurking in the woods, and I have a feeling it's not gonna leave once the day's over. So, should probably get going to a better place, bigger place.
The same man
I don't
that
think our wagon's
kind
big
of gave
enough.
you trouble before. We know what is going on. This happens every year. We just let it go. We leave it alone. Goes away.
Yeah. So you seen that giant cloven demon every year, just stealing pregnant women every year? Because I feel like this is a little bit different.
We don't ask questions. We just let what it goes, and it's beyond itself. Whatever curse this town has ever had, it seems to go away after this night.
I think we should let them just kind of barricade because I don't think our wagon's big enough to fit all these people.
I'm sure it's fine. They can all cram in there. We can walk. But anyways, so
Yeah, but are the horses still alive?
you've never noticed like pregnant women disappearing around this time, though?
No, that's the
Specifically?
point of. The
It's
doctors
called-
always stated there's a specific type of route that has to be given to the ladies so that they don't.
I understand that. I'm asking, every year does a demon come by and steal your pregnant women?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It's
asking.
amazing they have any town left.
There's always. I mean, there's not saying that there's not. It's happened before, but it doesn't normally happen.
Okay.
He doesn't know.
Yeah, so I'm thinking that whatever this is, something's a little bit different happening this year that might fuck you later down the line. So I wouldn't want to live anywhere near those woods.
Roll
But
me an
that's
insight
my
check.
2 pieces.
Roll me an insight check.
Okay.
Karis, it sounds like they work for the bug monster.
I'm about to just close the door on him.
I think you should just let them barricade.
And then set it on fire.
No.
This specific man is definitely holding back.
Oh,
You can see he's starting to become more nervous as you ask more questions. He's starting to slip up on his words.
Uh-huh.
There's something else.
Okay. I'm gonna grab him, lift him up. Tell me what you know.
Where is he?
Damn it, I should have brought the bear.
As you grab him, two of the other people in the inn kind of step back confused. Sir, what's going on?
Yeah,
There's this is normal. We deal with this yearly. We know what's happening.
I don't think you do, but I think he does. And you need to
It's
tell us
probably these
everything.
newcomers. They're the reason this is all going down.
I'm gonna bang him against the wall.
Newcomers? What do you mean newcomers?
Swear to me.
He's blaming us.
That's right. I will get on top of this building and drop you.
Before we go any farther, Karis, where is your blood touch?
It's on my arms. They'll definitely see it.
See it? Okay. So as you bang him against the wall, your sleeves kind of pull down a little bit, and you can see now the blood touch symbols on your arms.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody
Oh,
gives
that's
this
not
heavy
good.
gasp and scare as they all kind of cower and step 3 feet backwards as you're holding this man.
Yep.
And
If
you
he
just
hasn't answered
need
me, I
a
bang him
sense
up
of-
against the wall again.
I told you, we don't know anything.
I know they don't, but you know something. And there's a pregnant woman that may lose her life if you don't tell us what's going on. And I'll bang him up against the wall again.
Okay. Roll me an intimidation check.
She's probably dead.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Hey, that ain't bad.
Hey.
Oompa.
All right. All right. We were told to stay here. They would handle it. That's all I know.
Hey, who?
They?
You're not there.
I know.
Yeah,
They who?
who's they? It ain't
I don't
me.
know who they are.
You know where they're
I'm
from?
ever here. They told us when the night comes, stay quiet.
Any base of operation, group name.
They just have figures, they black cloaks, white faces. We don't mess with them.
Do you say white faces?
Yes.
Probably masks.
Wait. What was that?
What?
What?
Grease paint?
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I saw
Probably
somebody
not.
mouthing something.
Grease paint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is. Do the chrome before they come visit.
It'd be the same
Yeah.
look that you saw. It's the same figures you
It'd be
saw
like-
in the
Oh.
hospital.
It's the shitty assassins.
Who apparently aren't that shitty.
Well, they are. The bug monster's not, but they suck pretty bad.
Where do they meet you? Do they give you a letter? Do they come here in person? Or do they give you this information?
He kind of quivers and shakes and grabs the note out of his pocket and hands it.
Okay, I'll hold them up with one, and then look at the note.
The note is stated. It states that he doesn't do this for any other reason than to stay in control of this town. It says it's a signed note from the Saber Specters.
Vectors. Okay.
They're
All right.
revealing the fact that on the night of ruin, bring the townsfolk to the inn. We will handle the rest, is all it states.
Wow.
And in turn, you will deal with your own. Or in turn, we will make sure that you stay in power.
Sounds like this town is complicit in murder. That mean?
I'm just gonna throw
Or at least this
the.
guy.
I'm gonna throw the letter at the crowd that backed away from me. You might want to check this out and then figure out what you're gonna do with him. And I'll drop him, and then I'll head back around to the stables.
Yeah. I'm gonna follow.
Hopefully this isn't like Hot Fuzz and like they were in on it. It's one of those for the greater good
The
things.
whole town, yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Just in case.
Just in case, yeah. As you drop it, one of the members, one of the ones holding the door shut, reaches down and reads it. And you can see just this look of concern. And as you're walking out, he goes, "My wife died last year."
Ooh.
I'll just yell back, and someone
leave him
else's
to
wife
your
is
mercy.
dying this year, and keep going.
That was rude.
And you hear, as you walk out the door, just him walk up to him and just start to pummel this man being held down by two other villagers.
Oh, it was the
It was-
person who picked up the
It
note.
was a different guy.
Said-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I totally misunderstood. Oh well,
That's
well,
why,
that was a weird
that's why I
comment.
said it was rude. Yeah.
Yeah, no, the
Welcome,
man
Raiders.
who
Yeah.
the man
Welcome,
who
Raiders.
picked up
Welcome.
the hello. Oh goodness, we're getting raided all over the place tonight. Yay!
Oh, hell yeah.
If the man that picks up the note was another one of the members within the inn,
Gotcha.
he was the one that stated that his wife died last year.
Okay. Oh,
And
that's
you told
weird. I
me,
gotta
and then the last thing you hear from as you walk out the door is you stated it was the Night of Ruin that killed her. And then with tears kind of running down the man's face, he consists to pretty much beat this man into a bloody pulp before death. Doesn't kill him, but as far as you can tell,
No.
that's where it goes quiet for the moment. As you all are heading into the stables, you can see, strangely enough, areas where chains have been connected to the wheels. Held. Somebody did not want you to leave.
Are the horses alive?
They are.
Ah, shit. Since the show is coming to an end, I was going to try to raise them from the dead if they were dead.
Oh my god.
I have no ability to do so, but I do have advantage.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I'll just pick the locks off and load the chains up in the back.
Hey, we can always use chains.
Metal.
All right.
Yes.
Roll me a.
Well, see, we didn't have to go looking for iron. We can wrap this around and make it more of a war wagon.
There you go. Roll me a sleight hand.
No
please.
reavers required.
I need to do this now so that I don't lose the advantage that the chat gave me.
Oh,
Shit.
Kind of stinks.
Locks are pretty tough, as your lockpick breaks. One of your picks break.
Not good.
As the evening continues, you start to hear sounds from within the inn as boards start to come off the walls or off the windows. And you look around, and one of the men come up from the back and he says, "We were told to keep this place locked up. I was paid quite a bit."
That's awful because they burned your hospital down. It's just truly unfortunate. We did all we could to stop it.
Good.
And you see the face of the man as he's just... I can't believe it's been going on this long.
Also, the doctor.
But
is
for
dead.
what it's worth, it'll be over here in just a few hours.
Yeah, for sure. Until next year.
Until next year, when this thing probably will not come back.
Actually, until like 3 months from now when the next corruption day comes.
So, as you state that, he kind of gets a puzzled look on his face with you. He says, "This is the only one we ever worry about."
Who are you
And-
worshiping to?
We worship to many of the divinity.
Okay. Just making
We
sure,
don't-
because generally it makes it bad everywhere on the other days of ruin. Or the days of woe.
I mean, it's not great, but it's nothing like this.
Well, yeah, but that's because your freaking mayor was selling you out to the edgelord police.
Well, we need a new one now. We've got a few people that are...
I accept the offer. I'll appoint a
You're not
lieutenant mayor
Well,
who will
You'd
govern.
stay here to...
No, I'm going to appoint a lieutenant and he'll run the town while I'm off doing stuff that's more fun. But I'll come by and collect taxes every now and then.
Oh boy.
No, there's some people in the town that are been around for a while, and they're good people.
Maybe you guys should
We didn't
have
realize
like
that his family had fallen so far.
maybe you guys should have like a council instead of having like a weird pseudo dictatorship. So that in case like one of them gets corrupted, it's not like everybody's screwed.
It's actually not a bad idea. We'll take it.
Yeah. I mean, I always improve every town that I go to.
Ones we don't burn down.
Well, then maybe it's a
We didn't burn the town
good
down,
thing you
just
guys
the
came.
hospital.
It's surprising enough that everything that's happened, it's not a horrible thing that you guys arrived here. And he tosses the iron key down next to you.
What's this for?
To unlock those chains.
Ah, I see. And you know what? I tell you what, we'll give you a discount on our normal saving people. Because I didn't have to pick the lot when you guys tried to trap us and leave us for dead, and then we saved.
Yeah,
Two
yeah,
pregnant
we get
women.
it.
Yeah,
We get it.
yeah. Nobody
We'll
ever
collect what
pays
we
us. And also, we need an explorer's pack from a friend Decimus. Because
Come
somebody
into the
stole
inn.
his shit.
We'll make sure you're safe. We'll remove the traitor and get everybody a good rest.
And never believe anything the doctor says because he's a liar.
Dr. Wilmot?
He keeps saying that we burned the hospital down, but I think he's got some kind of like weird, like trauma-induced like memory loss, because that's not what happened. It was the bug.
Noted. Been a lot of things that have been weird around here.
I know.
But we do have a celebration after this whole thing's over. Do it every year. A lot of it's cleanup. Maybe this year it'll be less.
Yeah.
Come on in the inn, have a drink, mull this thing over, and we'll figure out the next steps.
Yes, the next steps in the construction of armor plating for our war wagon, the blacksmith has generously donated.
We'll see what we can do.
I don't think we have any time to just stay in this little village.
So you guys are just taking off then, because he's unlocks the chain.
Are
He's
we leaving
offering
now?
us food
No,
and
we're
drink right
we're gonna
now.
go to the inn and.
You
kinda
think
hang
these
out
two
for
are
a
gonna
minute.
turn down drink?
I mean, I don't
So
know
you
about
see
you guys,
is-
but I could use a break.
As you all walk in, you can see the doors kind of, or the windows have all been, some of the wood has been pulled off of the windows, and the man is tied up in a corner. You can see bloodied, beaten, and the rest of them are just cracking open multiple types of alcohol. Kegs are being opened to pour through the rest of the crowd there, and it seems to be that whatever dark and dreary feeling that they seem to deal with on this night is somewhat lightened, knowing that there is an end. And you all were part of that that solution.
Hey, folks, there's two of your pregnant ladies over in the shack by the
yeah.
hospital that's on fire.
Uh,
Did manage to keep two of them alive.
Yeah, we
I
told
don't
him
know
we'd
who
be
they
back, but it seems like it's not smart to go out there until midnight, so because that's when all the evil things clock out.
Surprisingly enough, yes. Seems to be a normality around here.
As
So
he said, evil things clock out. And I go, speaking of evil things, and I reach in my backpack and see if my bear is back.
As you do, you pull out the bear.
Cornelius did such a good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. And then I just set him on the bar in front of me.
I'm
You
gonna.
named him Cornelius.
Yeah.
I'm totally gonna.
And this,
Maybe he should be an ape and not a bear.
as the three of you watch Dell pull out the bear out of the bag and place it on the table, a bit of confusion crosses all of your minds as you know that Dell put that bear in that room.
Yeah, this bear does not leave Dell's side. We also know this.
Yeah, like a real friend.
Like a real friend.
You know what? Next time I'm gonna let you die.
I mean,
No,
I was
I'm just
taking
saying,
care
he's-
of pregnant ladies, so.
No, I'm not like shitting on you guys. I'm just saying he's a good friend. He's always there, no matter what.
No matter what.
Yeah, but he doesn't say
I tried to
pregnant
get rid of him
ladies,
for
so,
a while,
like,
but then he wasn't going anywhere, so I just decided to like lean into it.
All
All
right.
right. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm gonna double fist some brewskis, and I'm gonna go to bed.
Right. And as the evening starts to dull down and the moment starts to become lighter, you feel this sense of accomplishment come across your party. And even people who, for the moment, or for the time being, you thought were going to ostracize you for being blood touched, pour drinks, laugh with you, and you feel somewhat at home. This comfort crosses you.
Well, other than the fact that that pregnant woman has probably been murdered at this point.
2 pregnant women.
Or
Yes.
worse.
No, just one was murdered. The other two are
No,
probably safe in the shack with the doctor.
Giselle is also
Giselle's-
probably dead.
Oh,
100%.
no, I don't think she's dead. I think that she just.
There's a blood trail into the wilderness.
Well, yeah, she may have been injured at
That's
the
what I should have
time.
followed.
But
It-
you see,
Karis, if I had been there, I have a thing that one of my tricks of the trade that I never use that makes them leave a blood trail for like
Wow.
3 days.
Oh yeah, that would have been super helpful.
Yeah, I never used that though. And if I hadn't got myself knocked out, I could have helped, but it happens.
Dead.
Yeah, I know that life.
Yeah. At least Decimus didn't do it this time.
So as the ale is poured, the food is brought out, the music starts to play. This evening finally comes to an end. And as the as the red moon dissipates and removes the purple hue across the world, the day of ruin is no more. And starting
Hooray!
tomorrow brings us on our next journey as we head towards town of Pendrugan, which is next on your list of places to adventure. And that, my friends, is where we will take our slumber,
Yep.
have a wonderful evening, and pick up next week.
Wow.
Forget to take your
Yeah.
long rest, Matt.
Yeah.
Everybody, please take your long rest.
Yeah.
Enjoy your night of
Oh,
drinking
man.
and eating. A well-deserved and glorious evening it was, as you guys have succeeded in what you thought was going to be your inevitable doom.
Hey James, how long till we level up?
You guys are level 4. You guys got a
also,
ways.
sidebar.
I have an idea.
What's up?
Are you talking your idea, or are you asking me?
He's talking to you.
Oh, when would be the next day of my disability?
Tomorrow.
Okay. So in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need you to roll me your Constitution saving throw. for
I
that.
do.
Yeah.
I thought I didn't need a Constitution saving throw. It's just it happens until it's cured.
I'll give you a second. I'll find out.
But also, thank you all the
That's
new
right, 'cause
people
there-
that joined us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great.
If they're
Thanks,
still hanging
everybody.
around.
Yeah,
Still
some of
hanging
them
in.
are.
Oh,
Thanks for hanging around.
Yeah.
Give us a follow.
Hope you enjoyed us. Let us know. Yeah, give us a follow. Go check us out on YouTube, where you
we've
can catch
got
up all of the
all 21 episodes.
previous adventures. All 21 episodes.
22.
And then this will be up.
Well, this is
What
22.
do you think, Matt?
21 is on YouTube.
Be up
And
here in a couple days?
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right.
Mhm.
as well as the weekly tavern talks will be there as
Alrighty.
well.
And come join us on Wednesday for Tavern Talks, where we are going to have a chaos around the table this week as we build a party of 4 in a rapid hour and a half long show where we're going to show people how to make them more believable, more exciting, and work with players as game masters to build their characters. So,
Ooh, hey.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. We've got 4 people from all sorts of areas. We've got one coming from Brothers and Dungeons. We've got one coming from Dungeon Studios. We've got one coming from here, who our guest player has not been chosen yet. And we have a good friend of ours. We have a good friend of Corey's coming from their team. So awesome.
Very good.
If anybody doesn't have any more questions, I hope you all enjoyed our wonderful evening of terror and torment for our players. And next
We
week,
only burned down one building.
I
we
know.
only burned down one
Just
building
one
instead of a
single
whole town.
building. It wasn't a
Improvement.
whole town this time.
That's
I'm still
right.
undecided
proud
on
of you
burning the
guys.
whole town down.
Yeah, I
And as
think
you
the last
continue to
town needed
build
to be burned down. It was covered in
Your
spiders.
massive war wagon. We will pick that up next week as you guys find out the ends of, or the aftermath of Ruin, and what might have the next journey on your path. Until then, everybody have a wonderful week, and we will see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Later.
Bye.